You have a good one.
But we went live, bro. What's the topic for today? I ain't.
Well, no. Just keep talking. Y'all was talking about how Colorado going to the Big 12.
I'm just going to win 5 games. That's perfect for them because, bro, they won 1 game last year.
Yeah, they won 1 game last year. If they win 5 games, that's a marked improvement.
Yeah, for real. They got TCU first game of the season too. That's crazy.
I mean, they can. I will say though, they could upset it. I don't see it. But they could upset it.
No.
You think Florida's beating Utah?
I do, and I think it's going to be
me. No, I don't think they are.
Who's the starting quarterback for Colorado? Is it Deion Sun still?
Yeah, it's Shador. It's Shador.
Hey, Trey, y'all go to Utah.
Crazy.
Trey,
you don't think you like that?
Yeah, we go to Utah. It's going to be an ugly game.
Nah, he's not. You think he's like that, G baby?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't watching. I'm not gonna hold you. I wasn't watching that league, bro. Like
that's
the only reason I cared about it was because Dion.
I mean, I don't think he's sorry, but man,
bro, they not beating Oregon. They ain't beating USC.
Man, it's a
whole. That schedule they got, bro?
It's a
Colorado.
Whole world out there,
Colorado will be lucky if they win 4 games this year.
He's used to playing FAMU, Bethune, and all that. It's another world out here, bro. So we'll see. Hey.
Right. I feel you, but how everybody doing today, man?
Everybody 54. Everybody good.
You chilling, man?
Nah, I'm good, bro. Training camp was lit today, bro. I got it.
I'm good.
Trent, you ain't retired, boy. I thought you retired.
I did. I'm at the Giants training camp. That's why I'm on my pops.
Oh, your Giants training camp?
Mm-hmm. They started today.
Oh, your dad coach for the Giants?
Yeah, he coached for the Giants.
Oh, I ain't know that, man. That's what's up, bro. What position he coach?
He coached special teams.
Oh, my dog used to play for the Giants. Jarrell Jernigan.
Yeah.
So everybody just, man, why we flexing so hard? Everybody just knows somebody famous. Like, I can say I lived in the same city and knew Aaron Jones when he was in high school. Like I ain't know him, but I knew he existed. I saw him play at Burgess. I saw him play at Burgess and at UTEP. So
you used to live up there in El Paso, G baby?
Yeah, up until 2020. I was there my whole life, bro. So Aaron Jones was as good as he got.
That's crazy.
But I mean, speaking of training camp, seasons are around the corner. Let's talk about your Giants, Trent. First off, did you enjoy yourself at camp? Did you enjoy?
Bro. Yeah, I mean, it's always great to see training camp, bro. Everybody back, practice going. They doing team, going against other guys, just getting better. So like,
are you allowed to tell us how that practice went?
I mean, it was a good practice. Like, no fights, nobody screaming at, no coaches screaming at players, bro. It was just the first day, bro. Like, no.
How the MVP look today? Daniel Jones.
Hey, I ain't gonna say too much. He played. Hey. I ain't gonna say too much. He looked good today.
Hey, Daniel Jones gonna have a breakout.
Looked great.
I look good today. Thank you.
I'm here for it.
Ken is just happy they got Saquon for another year, and he called it. I'll give him props. He did call it.
Which is what I was about to transition.
He was sweating a little bit, I'm sure.
Before I killed Trent's mood, I want to.
What up, old man?
What's up?
I want to know how y'all feel about Saquon.
You going to Washington?
Washington? No, I ain't going to Washington.
So I
want to know how y'all feel about Saquon taking that deal after basically, he was on Twitter talking about they never offered me that. He went on a podcast talk about I might think about sitting out the season just to sign a 1-year contract. So I want to know, OJ, you can go ahead and go with
I think. I don't know, man. To me, when I look at that contract, first of all, good for the Giants. That was a big question mark because you guys are not winning more than like 5 or 6 games without Saquon. But my whole thing is next year you're in the same exact predicament. Like, so is it just a prove it deal? Is that what we're doing right now? Like, because I don't know. And the Giants confirmed that it wasn't really about money because didn't you guys just sign
we signed Andrew Thomas
your guard?
Dexter Lawrence?
Yeah, Andrew Thomas got a bag.
Yeah, Andrew Thomas. I mean, he's a top 5 lineman in the league. He's a beast. But again, that confirms that you guys kind of had the money. You just didn't want to necessarily allocate it to Saquon. But I don't know. The whole thing is weird to me. I don't know, bro. They're gonna be in the same exact predicament this time.
How is Saquon Barkley on a prove it deal?
That's what I was about that.
I don't think it's on a prove it deal. I think a prove it deal is crazy. It's that, like, bro, I don't think he wanted to leave because
But if he doesn't want to leave, okay, if he doesn't want to leave, and I'm assuming they want him there, why not sign him to a longer term deal where maybe it's less per year?
This is what I think they're gonna do. He's gonna play. And I feel like they'll give him like a 2 or 3 year deal after the season's done.
If he stays healthy.
Be creative with the contract, front loaded, or make it heavily incentive based, performance based rather. Like there's things you can.
Because the weird thing is, I think they offered him that same deal, like the $11 million,
but it wasn't enough guarantee.
He declined it.
It wasn't enough because it wasn't
how much of it is
guaranteed?
Right now, I think this contract is. I think 10.2 of it is guaranteed.
Yeah, because I think
in the original contract he didn't.
He's like the fourth highest paid running back now. I think.
I just think it's ironic how the number 1 and 2 isn't it like McCaffrey and CMC and those guys, like, are they any more injury prone, quote unquote, than Saquon?
No, they're not.
I mean.
But and then the other part is I want to know, and listen, I might just have to call up my guy who knows him, but what did they say on that call that Austin Eckler set up when the running backs all got together?
I don't even know, bro. I mean,
that's because did that play into it at all? Did that play, like?
I don't know what they said, but my only thoughts on this whole situation is really just the infrastructure one. Like, we're not going to pay you. We don't care what your stance is. Like, we can sit here and go round and round about all this, but the reality is there isn't like a real reason that any of these top running backs in the league aren't getting paid right now, other than the NFL just said, no, we're not going to do it. That's just the bottom line. They just said no. And the players don't have the leverage to do anything about the fact that the owners just said no. So they're like, okay, cool. So if we don't have any recourse, then I guess I'll take what I can get.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty much all this is. Like, everybody basically was like, okay, cool, let's play chicken. And the players blink.
You know what I think it's also too? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
Ain't old boy the highest paid running back, Derrick Henry though? Ain't he at 12.5?
I think it's Nick Chubb.
What's Nick Chubb at?
I think.
No. They sent her a picture. I mean,
it's Nick Chubb or CMC.
It's
one of those two, and then Kamara and Saquon with his new deal are both tied for third highest paid.
What's the name at 12.5 though? Derrick Henry?
I think it is Derrick Henry.
No. Hey guys, you want to know who's the highest paid running back currently in the NFL right now?
It's CMC, isn't it?
No, it is Bijan Robinson.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he just signed 37
million. You know what? That to me is why I was upset about this whole Saquon thing, bro. They can pay a rookie who ain't played a step. For all we know,
he's a rookie, isn't he?
Yeah, for all we know, Bijan could be Trent Richardson. Do I think he'll be that? No. But for all we know, that's what he could be. And they paid him a bag. New York, y'all can't pay Saquon. And like OJ, you said, is this like a proven deal? If anything, last year was the proven deal. True. It was like, can you stay healthy? Can you be healthy? And can you be effective and go back to what you were? And I would argue Saquon just proved, yeah, I'm still the best running back in the league.
Hold on. How much are they paying Bijan?
He got
like 16 million.
No. This year, he's making the most with 13.72 million.
But I got Christian McCaffrey at 16, Kamara at 15, Derrick Henry at 12.5.
Is he making that?
I think Christian CMC's we're talking Bijan has the most guaranteed fluid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
this is average. Oh no, this is because the average salary.
I mean, they gave Bijan the back because that's where they drafted him though. Like,
yeah.
Like, you did draft, bro. Like what, 8, 9?
But in what world can a rookie in any position be even in the conversation for highest paid at his position?
True.
When there's a rookie salary cap, does that make sense?
Look at Devon Witherspoon sat out of what's his name training camp.
The market is shot, bro.
I was about to say it doesn't make any sense, but the reality is the reason why none of this makes sense is because the NFL has decided with this particular position, we don't care if it doesn't make sense. We're just not doing it, and that's what we said. If you don't like it, we don't care.
Like, could you imagine Wemby? Can you imagine Wemby being the highest paid center in the NBA?
Yeah, that'd be crazy. And you guys keep me honest, but I'm pretty sure the NFL the running backs, the salary, the franchise tag, it doesn't reset. Like the market doesn't reset because
It's the
I
only.
want to say in
the only
2016,
franchise tag
Adrian Peterson was
hasn't
making
gone up.
60 mil, right?
I want to say since 2015, the average tag for the franchise tag for running backs was, I want to say I heard the stat was 10.9, and currently the average is 10.1.
But it hasn't reset in a long time.
Yeah,
Though,
it hasn't
the
because
other
I mean,
positions always
the
reset.
only-
because all the
only
people
year that's gone down.
because I'm saying, but all the people that could have quote unquote reset it, let's keep it a buck, all got hurt. And that's why, and real talk, like when you look at these other guys, like when quarterbacks keep resetting the market, most of these guys are there most of the time. Saquon and CMC at one point were, you could argue, the two best running backs in the league, maybe top three when Zeke was in his prime, maybe, and Nick Chubb was on the way. Like those were the two guys you wanted. And they both had back-to-back years of not playing and missing hella games. And so, and then when you look at like the past Super Bowl winners, a lot of them had run games, but none of them really had elite running backs. Too fluent. I know Fluent's brought that up a lot, and we talk about it a lot. A lot of these teams, if you want to win Super Bowls, as long as your run game is effective, you don't need to have the best guy to do it. So I mean, I don't agree with the market. I think these guys should be getting paid, especially when you're a Saquon, when you're a CMC, when you're literally like basically the heart and soul of your team.
Hey,
Yeah,
I feel like you should be getting paid.
but you know what? We always say it's a copycat league. And when you look at it, the last 20, 30 years, a big money running back has not been on the Super Bowl winning team. Just hasn't.
I think that's a
coincidence. I get it. There's a million reasons why,
man.
But when you're a team owner, right? When you're a GM and you see that, well, I don't need a big money paid running back to win. Now, granted, that jerk Tom Brady ruins all these stats over the last 20 years because he went to the Super Bowl so often that you almost got to eliminate him. It was like, no big money QB. Well, yeah, that's because he was in 10 of them. So he ruins it, right? But even go back as far as you want. Like, when was the last time a big money running back won a Super Bowl? Or was
Terrell Davis big paid, or Marshall Faulk on the Rams? Were they like highest paid, top five?
I don't know off the top of my head. I'd have to look, but
like those are the only two that. That's what I'm saying. Those are the only two that really.
Hey, like a 6th round pick.
What y'all think of this though? This is just a question, y'all. What y'all think of this? If like with the new NIL deals and stuff like that, since the running back shelf life is so long, it's two questions. The first one is, what if you're a star running back in college, right? And then you make as much money as you can off your NIL deals. And then like Bijan Robinson, the second one is Bijan Robinson came in with do you think they probably should pay the running backs how they just paid him? If they ain't gonna pay him and if they're gonna use him up in 3 years, is it a way that they can get their money early? Because if you're gonna run them to death 3-4 years, and then when it's time to pay them, you ain't gonna pay them, they're already done. How about Bijan Robinson way might start a trend where you get your money early?
My only problem with that, Cruiser, Bijan, like I think it was Bijan, Fournette, CMC, and Zeke are the last running backs I can remember off the top of my head that got drafted in the top 10.
Yeah.
Those were the last ones. That doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
And even them guys didn't get that money. So it's like, how many running backs do we honestly see in the future getting drafted in the top 10?
Yeah.
He was taking two. But
hey, I'm gonna read a list to you and tell me how many of these guys won a Super Bowl. You ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Ezekiel Elliott.
Nope.
Adrian Peterson.
Nope.
Christian McCaffrey.
No.
Nope.
Alvin Kamara.
Nope. Nope.
Dalvin Cook.
Nope.
Edrin James.
No.
Does he have a ring? No.
He went to a Super Bowl.
The year after he left, they won.
Oh, wow.
Frank Gore.
Yeah. Wait. No.
Nah, he doesn't have one.
They lost. Yeah.
Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah.
That's one, but it was when it was a bomb.
Yeah.
And then Emmitt Smith.
Yeah.
That's the list of the 10 highest paid running backs of all time.
Dang.
And we had to get that.
So here's the problem with this entire narrative. No one would sit there and be like, well, Like, how about a left tackle? Like, how many like great left tackles do you have for like we don't
No, but
do
you would
this
look at the skill positions.
micro-analysis
You'd
for
look at
other
this. You would
positions
look
like
at
that.
quarterback, running back, wide receiver. You'd look at those, wouldn't you? That's where people focus their attention on. Let's be honest.
I mean, but I feel like there's always like lately there's been a hierarchy of what you pay. You pay your quarterback, to me, that's important. Then your edge rusher, then your left tackle, then your
Yeah.
Corner.
I made a whole video on TikTok about that, but I don't know, man. It's what's gonna happen. You're gonna start to see a lot of the best athletes. They're gonna shift away from the running back position, starting in like Pee Wee, not even before high school. That's what you're gonna see.
Well,
so,
that's gonna be the problem, because if I'm the players association, if I'm one of these players that's talking to the owners, if I'm them, I'm going to them and telling them like, hey, you're going to lose money because you're going to have a bunch of guys who should be elite running backs trying to be big slot receivers or be bad linebackers and bad safeties because you don't want to pay this one position because of some arbitrary numbers, essentially. Like, the whole reason why the running back has declined, if we're being honest, is because of the rule changes. Like, the reason why running used to be so important to offenses was because that was how you got your little bit of yards. Your consistent stuff was through running the ball, because back then
That's what I was going to ask you.
You couldn't just
go
personnel or go in and say,
and
hey,
the short
we're
passing
going to throw
game
these
is an
little
extension of the running game as well.
That's what I was going to ask you.
But
why are we at the state that we're in? Go ahead. I'm sorry if I interrupted you. Keep going.
Well, what I'm saying is the short passing game, if you go back and watch, you ain't even got to go back that far. Just go back and watch what the short passing game looked like in 2004, in 2003. That was a much more dangerous proposition, catching a slant over the middle, and you got dudes like Ray Lewis and London Fletcher and Ed Reed and all these other dudes that are waiting on you to catch this, not even trying to get in front of you to pick the ball off, because the rules say I can separate the man from the football. You're going to get folded like a lawn chair the moment you catch this slant.
Ray Lewis said it.
The game
Ray Lewis did somebody like that. Remember, Ray Lewis
He
said
did Chad Johnson like that, and
he said I ain't even going for the pick.
He made a career doing dudes like that over the middle. That's why this has changed. Now you can't hit nobody over the middle like that. So because of that, the middle of the field is wide open. It's much easier for you to get your yards just dinking and dunking a death by 1,000 paper cuts, as opposed to, well, damn, it's 2nd and 9. We need to make this third down manageable. Okay, let's call power. Like, that's not what people do anymore. It's just not the same.
And why is that though? That's the $1 million question. Because if you think about teams, like Tone brought up the list of guys who've won the Super Bowl. Well, why haven't teams? What happened to the bell? What happened to the bell cow ball carrier? What happened to that dude that's going to run for us for 10 years? He's going to get 25, 30 carries a game. I mean, you got guys like Todd Gurley. You got guys like Sean Alexander, right? You got guys like Ezekiel Elliott. These dudes didn't hold up that long, and they want to get paid. They want to get paid like a guy that's going to hold up. I mean, I believe the average shelf life for a running back in the NFL is 3 seasons. That's it. And you want me to pay you? You want me to pay you like that? I'm only going to get 3 productive years out of you. That's it.
You want
I can
the elite guys, by the way.
I can answer your question on why I feel like honestly it's kind of changed. I believe Fluent said it earlier. It's a copycat league. I think Trey said it as well. The Patriots are Tom Brady. I think he has a big. It doesn't get talked about enough, but I think the fact that for years he was using the Danny Woodheads and as of more recently the Sony Michel's and James White. James White literally won the Super Bowl MVP, catching 10 passes out the backfield.
Yep.
Like I think it doesn't get talked about enough, but I think the fact that they saw, hey, they weren't paying running backs, even though the run game was still effective because you had like LeGarrette Blount for a while, and they kind of mixed in other guys. I mean, Rex Burkhead was being an effective red zone runner for who knows how many years with that. They were a true RB by committee, and it was successful. They won a lot.
Listen, there's a baseball analogy, and for those that don't watch baseball, you won't get it, but for most of you will. In baseball, right, pitchers used to pitch like 7, 8, 9 innings. Like that was a common occurrence that pitchers will pitch the whole game.
Right.
And then what they found was, well, hey, if we could bring in like specialists, we could keep throwing, because everybody knows a pitcher, when he goes through the rotation the first time, he gets most of them out until they start to figure him out on that second, third at bat. And so what has happened is now you went from that one to that one in a closer to that one in a setup and a closer. Now you got your starter, a long reliever, a middle reliever, a short reliever, a setup guy, a closer. Like you got 10 different pitchers. We've done that to the running back position, where now we've got who's the guy that's going to come out and catch out of the backfield? Who's the guy that's going to, when we need 1 yard to get it?
Who's the red zone back?
Running
Who
back?
is that guy?
Who's this? Who's that? Because it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to have a guy who just does one thing great. The difference is in baseball, there's no salary cap. So the super closer still gets paid big money. The super middle reliever still gets paid big money. The lefty out of the bullpen still gets paid big money. In football, there's a salary cap. So they said, hey, if I got 4 running backs that are now doing the job of one because I have a specialist for you brought up the New England Patriots. How many times did like James White run the ball? But you knew when it was a passing down, James White would be out on the field.
They even have pass blocking running backs now, like
exactly
just for pass protection.
But even with that being true, G baby, the baseball analogy is kind of tricky because Mariano Rivera played like 20 years. He held up like the running back, even the second and the third string running back. He ain't holding up. He's only playing 2 years. He's only playing 3 years.
And that's where the problem is. So you add in specialty backs with a salary cap, with the fact that they just don't hold up just by the nature of their position. Just ask anyone. Like, I think Bama's coming up here in a minute. Ask anyone who's played running back. Like, dude, that sucks. Like, every time you either touch the ball, you're getting smoked, or you're pass blocking, you're getting smoked. Like, you're just always getting hit. So you can't last long. You've got specialty players. You've got a cap. We actually should have saw this coming. We should have saw this coming, and it's wrong. Because we undervalue a very important position, but I think
Trent, what do you think Saquon Barkley looks like in the Emmitt Smith, in the Barry Sanders? What does he look like in that era? Considering his health issues, what do you think? Right. So but what do you think Derrick Henry looks like in that era?
Look at him now.
He's getting hurt, but I think it will be better for him because I think he's that type of running back then.
But
he's literally the last true bell cow in this league.
And also, real quick, and y'all don't think of course we talked about the Patriots and you don't think it came from college too? Because when Bama in the 2010s, they had the Trent Richards, Eddie Lacy, the TJ Yeldons, and Kenyon Drake, and then more schools started adapting to it, just like in the NFL. I think that played in a big factor in that too.
I think football, more than any other sport, takes stuff from the college game. It's let's try it out there, and if it works, you see some of the offensive, right? The spread offenses. Heck, the Wildcat. The Wildcat was purely a college thing. NFL guys laughed at that.
It was garbage too, Tall.
For
it was
short
garbage.
Trash. It didn't work, but they tried. They tried as hard as they could to make that work.
Hey, can y'all listen? We've been watching football a long time. If you think about it, go back in history, it's always been 2-back systems.
Yeah,
bro, think about it. Torrey Craig, what's your boy Craig at Pony Express?
Eric Dickerson.
Pony Express.
Eric Dickerson.
Craig and Eric Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson.
I was just about to say that.
Even in the 2000s, you had Darren McFadden, Peyton Hillis, Phil Jones. They had them.
It's always been 2-back systems. So I don't.
In college?
Yeah, in college.
I wouldn't say it's always been a 2-back system. I would say you would have a reliever of sorts because Jamal Williams ran the show. And but I think one thing we're forgetting out of this conversation is the entire nature of running. There's no such thing as smash mouth football. The closest thing to that right now would be either the Titans or the 49ers. You don't really have that, bro. And that shifted a while ago to more of a passing league.
But there's also not a lot of backs that can do that.
But was that?
There's not a lot of backs that could beat smash mouth. There's not a lot of Derrick Henrys of the world.
Okay, but Fluid, don't you think that is because nowadays when teams, because obviously the players are going to adjust to what the team is what the league is looking for, right? So if the league is like, you know what, I think I want to start moving to a running back who can catch out the backfield and be a threat to start getting less like linebackers. Obviously, there's no Ray Lewis right now, but like let's get these Fred Warners in, or like these hard hitting, run first linebackers out the box and start making y'all put some safeties and stuff, because we have a threat on the outside. So that way, when we do run the ball, it's a lot easier to get some 4 yards, 5 yards, and all that. I think that's maybe why we don't have those, because let's be real, them bell cows, if you're you're really a one-trick pony, unless you're being Derrick Henry, you're not valued like that. Like, you're just not.
There's one more thing we haven't talked about. And that is the offensive line. Like offensive line. Are you about to say that? I can let you go. You haven't said much. I'll let you go.
This is the thing that we don't count enough with some of these bell cow backs from the olden days. Those teams in totality, it wasn't just, oh, okay, cool, we got this one running back, maybe one or two other weapons, and one left tackle and some guys to kind of fill in the holes, and we just gonna run Shorty into the ground back here. That's not what it was. Like, Emmitt Smith played behind the greatest offensive line ever. Like, Michael Irvin was also on that team. Troy Aikman was also on that team. Like, these are people that defenses had to account for. Even if you want to go to like LaDainian Tomlinson, we can say what we want about Phillip Rivers like all time, but he was a very good quarterback. You had to deal with Antonio Gates. You had to deal with Vincent Jackson. Like, there were other things you had to worry about on top of having to deal with LaDainian Tomlinson in the backfield. Like,
they wasn't just giving him the football every down. Okay, right. We ain't just giving him the football every down.
We're not just running him into the ground like they did with Ty Gurley, because that's really what they did with them.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was going to say a little bit something different that goes to it, but it's that evolution of the offensive line, because now, are you looking for run blocking linemen, or is the premium on pass blocking linemen who can protect your $100 million quarterback? I mean, that's also the thing that's what they're looking. That's why the left tackle. I was about to say, can you tell me why is the left tackle a top 3 paid position in the league?
And that's what I was about to ask. When's the last?
It ain't because of the running back.
Real talk. I can't remember. I cannot remember.
Yeah, exactly. It's because most are right-handed.
I cannot remember the last guard that was drafted highly. Like,
and by the way, so when I said smash mouth, I'm not necessarily talking about the running back type. So we talked about Saquon, right? I think the Giants are a great example where, to me, their bread and butter is in Saquon. Like, their game plan is, we're going to manage the clock, limit turnovers, and feed you a steady diet of Saquon Barkley. That style, sort of that conservative style, you don't see that often. It's very aggressive. Even the analytics now, they're telling coaches to go for it on 4th down at a rate that we've never seen before. So it's all about being aggressive, passing a lot, and all this other stuff. So that conservative sort of, like, again, the Giants are a great example that you just don't see that. And so when you don't see that, but to your point though, Trey, I hear what you said about the whole collective bargaining agreement. I think really what's going to happen is the market is going to self-correct, bro. Like, if the running back position really is not given a fair shake, the market will bear that, and eventually they're going to be forced to pay them.
Because I think to your point, I feel like, especially now, right? Unfortunately, I feel like injuries are kind of a bigger thing holding the running backs back, because even if we just look at this past year, everybody's viewing Breece Hall high and effective, but he plays 6 games. Kenneth Walker, I know he got hurt later in the year. Saquon and CMC, there was at one point we were like, the second they step on the field,
every running back
they're gonna get hurt.
Here, man.
And those are and CMC and Saquon were the elite guys. So I feel like injuries, even though it's nothing we can control, they looked at it and it was like, well, if these elite guys keep getting injured and are showing me that we can't rely on them, right? And Saquon and CMC are guys who also catch passes out the backfield. Derrick Henry just got hurt, right? But Derrick Henry wasn't a guy who was catching passes out the backfield up until this past season, if we're keeping it above.
Yeah.
Like, he was being used more like that this season, but that's not who he was. Jonathan Taylor, that's not who he is. He just got hurt, and he's in year 3 or he's in year 4 now. He just came off a season-ending injury. So it's like, even though I don't agree with it, I can also see why they sit back and be like, dang, but these are the elite guys, and if we run these guys into the ground, we're seeing that they're not really holding up. So why am I going to pay a guy and give him all these carries if he's just not going to hold up? And now I'm paying the guy that's not even on the field for me, which is why I think teams would rather go to a Patriots a-la system. We have our first down back and our third down back. We have our goal line back when if we just need let's be real. Jamal Williams last year was not supposed to get the burn he got. But what happened? DeAndre Swift got hurt. DeAndre Swift got hurt, who was their pass-catching running back and was supposed to be their number 1.
The Eagles ran a 3-back system last year.
Didn't Jamal Williams get cut?
No.
He ended up
he just chose not to resign. He didn't get released. He just didn't resign.
He left and took money in New Orleans.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all that. Because the Lions had traded.
Okay.
Yeah. The Lions traded for David Montgomery.
Right.
And they drafted Jahmyr Gibbs.
Hey, G-Baby, Khalil Herbert, splitting time. He got hurt last year.
Yeah, so I get why. Even though I don't agree with it, I can see why guys are like, I'd rather have a committee of running backs who can.
I think to Trey's point, the Cowboys were trying to recreate what you talked about. They were trying to create that offensive line, and they got Zeke running behind them. You got Dak at the quarterback, and you're trying to do what you can on the wide outs and get a tight end. Only except those other guys weren't producing because Zeke was actually producing early. Yeah. It was working, right?
It turned into them running him into the ground. And the mistake that they made specifically, if anybody remembers the way that last season went before they finally decided to pay him, what happened was they ran him into the ground like they weren't going to. Like we all know that the quote unquote kiss of death for running backs is getting either at right below or right above that
30 years old.
That 400 touch mark in a season. After you get to that, once you get in that vicinity as a running back, you're almost never the same after that. They gave him just around 400 touches. Like, okay, cool. We're going to run you into the ground and we're going to send you out and let you be somebody else's problem. And then what happened is, as soon as they did that, they had all that chatter going on with all their fan base and all this other stuff that's going on around the team. And they finally decided, okay, we'll give him his money. But you ran him you basically gave him the kiss of death on purpose because you were planning not to pay him. Because there's no other reason you would run him that way if you didn't plan on releasing him into the free market.
And then they gave him 90 million.
Yeah, they also gave him 90 million. That was
$90
I'm not saying don't pay him, but that was 90 million. Even at the time, it was like
he was the best running back in the league, but bro, that was crazy. Boy, grocery store look like
y'all just being here, just being ignorant. As soon as I get up in here, just bullshit. It just don't stop what y'all doing.
It's clearly a hardware store.
G-Baby talking about
Bama, you the one setting yourself up for it. It ain't like you. It's not like you sitting down like the rest of us and talking football.
No. I ain't talking that. I ain't worried about that. I'm talking about them talking about
Look at this dude.
Right? Got distracted trying to get some bread.
Come on, would you focus?
Trying to get some bread.
What the hell?
Why y'all complaining with me right now? I'm trying to think. Y'all.
So anyway, Trey, the point that I was talking about.
I was talking about the 90 million. That wasn't ridiculous though. How was paying somebody 90 million ridiculous?
I'm not
as a running back.
Because didn't they pay him after year 4?
Yes.
Didn't they pay him after year 4?
Yes.
Bro. You pay if they would have gave him 90 mil, let's say after year 2, whatever. He deserves it. He had already shown.
You have to self-checkout.
Okay.
Yes, literally.
What's wrong with self-checkout?
What's wrong with self-checkout? You're putting good, hardworking people out of business. They're out of work. That's what's wrong with self-checkout. Go to the damn cashier and let her or him cash you out.
I'm a little bit older. Mentality.
I am a little bit older, so I'm a little bit biased. I would love to see Walter Payton come back. I would love to see Eric Dickerson come back. I would love to see the guy that's going to run the football for us for 10 years. He's going to get 25 carries. The guy that's running in the backfield and catching passes out of the backfield, that's not new. Emmitt Smith was catching passes out of the backfield. Walter Payton was catching passes outside the backfield. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't at the volume that it is today. I'm not saying that it was at the volume that it's the same logic with Larry Bird. Larry Bird was shooting the long ball back in the day too. He just wasn't shooting it 8 or 9 times like Kevin Durant was. He still was doing it. So the same logic goes on with the running back today. And the fact that he doesn't hold up, why is he not holding up? Is it because they running him into the ground? Because the athlete today should be more advanced considering what we have available to him. Why is he breaking down?
I'll tell you what it is. They not wearing the same pads. That's what it is. They don't like wearing pads no more.
It's a lot of stuff that I ain't gonna lie to you, G-Bay. A lot of that stuff is like these little shoulder pads and little leg pads. I'm like, yo,
they don't even have on knee pads. They be out here,
bro. They don't be wearing knee pads no more.
They don't wear thigh pads, knee pads.
They wear girdles instead of thigh pads, butt pads. I remember.
You do need to do some research. You do need to do some research. And I'm not saying anything illegal. I'm not saying PEDs. Nothing. But you need to look. You need to look it up, guys. The supplements, right? The supplements aren't making any that they aren't helping. We all think that there's new medicines and whatever. It's not helping. There's more injuries now. Each kid plays more. I've told you this before. Plays more sports as kids at younger ages. They play more. They take these supplements that do not help. As much as they help, they hurt, right? And I use a PED as an example. HGH, super elevates your testosterone, as everybody knows, but it makes everything good, faster recovery, faster building of muscles. But you know what else it does? All the bad shit in your body, it accelerates that and makes that go faster and grow faster too. When we talk about those things, those all play a factor. But the question I wanted to ask: could you ever see a position go on strike?
No.
Did you ever see all the running backs just going like, "We out"? You don't want to pay us? We out. We out.
If you're the 49ers, you just put Deebo Samuels back there. So
because
I'm saying.
If that happens, they're just gonna get the practice squad guys, bro.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Hey, Deebo don't want to get back there because he know he won't get paid if he do. That's why he don't want to get back there.
Deebo does not want to get back there.
So this is what I try to tell y'all to keep talking about Deebo running back, man. How many is 50 carries? Bro, he only had like 50 carries total, if that. So where do y'all get this running back?
You know why?
Because he got a couple jet sweeps too, bro.
Man, but the reason why I call him running back because he got the 50 carries, but he was really good with them carries. It's like, he really a running back.
And Bama, stop acting like that ain't a part of his game. Just because he ain't carrying the football 250 times does not mean that he can't be a running back at some point, because he can do that.
Yes, that's it. OG, chill. That's exactly what that means. Like, just because I get the ball on a nice little wrinkle or an innovative play don't mean listen here, what makes Derrick Henry and all these running backs so unique, when you know the run is coming, they still getting that bitch and they still picking up.
You mean to tell me with Deebo in the backfield? Wait. You mean to tell me with Deebo in the back? Bro, when Deebo in the backfield, they know it's a run play. They know Deebo getting the ball.
No, they don't. I'm finna take you into football, the X's and O's outside of fantasy football and Madden, bro. I'm gonna take you into a locker room, bro. So when we drawing plays up, especially when Deebo came in, again, I'm gonna let you know the situation Deebo came in up under. All the running backs got hurt. So how I go in football, bro? We out here like, damn, bro, we ain't got no running backs. I don't want to pull nobody up off the practice team because them niggas probably garbage. So, bro, what we gonna do as a coach? We evaluate it. We evaluate every day, all day. That's why we got different periods and different type of stuff we work so we can evaluate you, right? So this is what coach did. Hey, man, who the best athlete? Hey, man, I like Deebo. I think Deebo probably can handle a few carries. So this is what coach did. Hey, we're going to put Deebo back there in team offense and run a couple plays and see what he do with it. He probably got off in practice. So guess what we going to do? When the game roll around, we're going to throw him out there in the game and see what he do. Call your best play for him, coach. Don't call no bullshit. Call your best run play for him. Yes, sir, coach. I got you. So we're going to dial up the best run play we possibly have a bunch of people pulling, confuse people. Boom, magical. Deebo running the ball. Now, people like y'all that play Madden, you're going to instantly think like, hey, man, Deebo is a good running back. When you really sit back and study X's and O's, it's like, Well, it's just when they use them, that's why it's like that. It's gonna be different versus lining back up there every play with Derrick Henry. When you see that linebacker, like, hey, I'm gonna spill the fullback. Hey, when I spill the fullback, hit the hole. He come. Like, y'all don't understand that. That's how them boys talk out there in football.
Oh no, we get that, Bama. That part is not that part. I'm
But I
not.
do.
That
I
part
have
of
a question for Bama. I have a question
that
for
part I'm
Bama.
not.
I have a question.
Oh,
for
absolutely.
Bama. I have a question for Bama. I have a question for Bama.
Go ahead, Tom.
Because he said that Debo after 50 attempts wasn't a running back, but weren't you calling Jalen Hurts a running back after his 60 attempts rookie season?
Damn.
Adrian Peterson. He only had 60 attempts. Adrian Peterson.
Okay, that ain't no headshot either. Cause what I told y'all from the beginning, even Dub would tell you. We could go back to the video. Number one thing with Jalen Hurts, I was disappointed. A lot of the issues he had was the same issues he had in high school. One read, them little weak skip deep passes, and he was scared. To manage the game. His best attribute was running the football. It was so serious. When
Like
he
a
was
running
at
back.
Alabama, his
No,
best
like a running back.
We got the tape where he called him Adrian Peterson.
And what I said all year, this year. Be for real now. What I said all year this year.
What did you say, Bama?
I said, damn, Jalen Hurts must have heard all of them takes I had on him because it's like I felt like he was watching me. Bro, listen. He commanded the huddle. He had that Joe Burrow swag to him where this is my team, bro. You could tell he was the commander and the chief this year. You could tell how his team rallied around him. You could tell when you go from Gardner Minshew, everybody was like, oh, man, that team was just so plug and play. Look at it with Gardner Minshew versus they field general. You could tell Jalen Hurts fully won that team over. He was actually able to dial up passes in crucial situations, throw the ball, thread the ball in the tight windows, like something I never saw before. That is one player. And what I said throughout the whole year, I said, Jalen Hurts, bro, hats off to you. Salute you, bro, because you answered everything I had the problem with. I never do a black quarterback like that. But at the same time, I ain't just finna sit up here and just cap just because he black. He was ass. He was a running back there. Now he throwing the football. He playing the quarterback position. He's a dual threat now. That's why Jalen Hurts is who he is, and I walk that back. I've been walked that back. Jalen been earned my respect.
Yo, give him the zone. Give him the zone. Give him the zone.
Yeah. 6'1", 223. AP. Is AP not 6'1", 223?
No. Well, let me give him the zoom.
Yo, that is insane.
So I'm just saying, if Debo with 50 carries isn't a running back, how is Jalen Hurts with 68?
But anyway,
nah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
And on top of that, last season, since we on that subject, last season, wasn't Jalen Hurts like second on the team in rushing?
yes.
Yeah, but he rushed for 150. I think he had 150 attempts last year, though. So you might.
Which is even worse. Tone, what you talking about? That's worse.
Man,
150 attempts? That's a running back.
Hurts out there like Tommy Frazier.
What you talking about?
All right. You gotta
running back.
Hey, wait.
No, we in trouble. We got black screen, Bama. We in trouble.
Hey, if Jalen Hurts is a running back,
don't.
I knew it.
Justin Fields too.
Justin Fields.
Your mouth.
Oh, Justin Fields.
My bad.
Hey, Justin Fields and light-skinned Shady McCoy.
Hey, Justin Fields, Walter Payton. Boy.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Cheetah, you say you want Walter Payton back? Go look at the bet this year.
Walter Payton on that. You be moving. You be moving on that field.
You said Justin Fields is the light skinned Walter Payton?
I
don't know.
Hey, the Lamar Jackson. Never mind.
All right. You're not even doing it.
Yeah, more athletic version of Doug Williams. That's who.
Hey, G-Baby, you got the Herbert topic?
Oh, yeah, we get there. We
got
get there.
OJ, you nasty, bro.
Oh, we get there.
OJ, you nasty, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, well, next up on the agenda, we started.
Hey, fellas, I'm gonna leave y'all to it. I gotta bounce. I got something that I gotta do, but thank y'all for having me.
Go Pack. We don't know what you're doing. Go Pack.
I gotta bounce, unfortunately. So thanks for having me, fellas. Yes, sir.
Man.
The private jet is picking up Chill to fly him to Seattle. So the PC jet. So.
Well, we talked about Saquon, signing his little 1 year extension. Let's talk about somebody else who got the bag though. Let's talk about that man, Justin Herbert. You know, Mr. Blue with 27-0 lead in the playoffs.
Social media quarterback.
What a waste of money.
Him in the building.
Social media quarterback.
He
They
blow
got to
the
pay
lead or did his
somebody.
team
He
blow the
deserved
lead?
that though. He for sure deserved that though.
Hey,
No, he
did
for sure
Somebody-
deserves it.
so he deserved it just because he
Did
put
he?
up numbers.
Did he blow
Aren't
the
you
lead
a
or did his
stats guy?
defense blow the lead?
What do you mean he deserved it?
He
That's
deserved
what I'm
the
trying to
contract.
figure
He
out.
deserved it. What do you
I don't,
mean?
I don't think deserve. Is deserve the right word for what?
Yes.
what-
Okay,
He
he
didn't
earned
deserve
it.
that
contract?
He earned
Well,
it.
players, hold on. What
Okay, he
professional
earned the
athletes get
contract.
paid deserved is a very
Okay, he earned it.
he earned he earned it in comparison to what other people are paying.
I mean, I'm not even the biggest Justin Herbert fan, and lately I've been on a sort of like hate parade or whatever. I even posted the bomb today, but
Definitely have been on the hate.
there's few quarterbacks that's had sort of like as great of 3 seasons as he has, bro. Like, and that's with questionable coaching, the plethora of injuries to his skill position guys, and just it's a lot, bro. At the end of the day, if you're the Chargers, bro, where else is that money going to? Like,
Where
It ain't going to Mike Will.
No, you have
I'll
to.
tell you that much.
You
It
have
ain't
to
going to
pay.
Mike
Listen,
Will.
he might not be
Generational
Yeah. Hey, he ain't that boy.
but he is a
T-Law, for
franchise.
sure.
He is a franchise
Bro,
quarterback.
listen,
so
if the Giants
gotta-
are paying Daniel Jones, which you kind of have to pay Daniel Jones, how much more so for
You don't have
Justin
to.
Oh, y'all
Herbert?
always gotta throw the straight at Daniel.
I was gonna say
Like,
the
y'all
same
always
thing,
gotta
bro.
do it.
I'm
Y'all always
If Daniel
gotta
Jones
do it.
can get
I'm gonna
42
let y'all
bill
know in on
guaranteed,
something.
Hey, Fluent.
I'm gonna let y'all know something, man. They didn't pay Daniel Jones. They paid the Manning family.
Yo,
I didn't kick him,
Hey,
but
Fluent.
I would have because the
Hey,
Bucks.
Fluent. Hey, Fluent. You the specialist in this. You the GM, Fluent. But don't you think with them giving him an extension, it's kind of good? Because what if he come back this year? It's kind of helping them to get him out the way now, just in case.
No, they absolutely did the right thing. If you have a quarterback that is clearly talented, is clearly top 10, top 5 in the league, clearly, right? No one's going to argue top 10. Some might argue top 5. He's probably top 5. Let's be honest. And you can lock him up now as the salary cap goes up, knowing that in the history of the NFL, only Patrick Mahomes ever was a top 5 paid quarterback to win a Super Bowl. So you can get him early. Absolutely, that it is the right move.
When you get him early, like towards the end of that contract, all of a sudden it's gonna look like a steal.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Exactly what Mahomes' contract looks like right now, boy.
Look at Patrick Mahomes. That contract is going to look like when it came out 500 whatever it was, $500,000. Everyone was going crazy. But guess what?
He's the 8th highest paid quarterback
It's a
right
steal.
now.
It's a steal now for him.
He's
And I think
the
you're going to
8th
see
highest paid quarterback.
It's
right
funny
now.
how
2-3
contracts in
years.
sports has evolved. I still remember vividly when Aaron Rodriguez got that, what was it, 256, and everybody was like, "Oh my god!" Like, but that's light work.
And
now,
now
man.
I was about to say, now I saw who was it, Bryce Harper or something, signed a $400 million contract or something. I was like, bro,
Hey, what's up with that
Mbappe's
soccer
getting
player?
a 1 year.
What's
And
up
And
with
most
that?
Mbappe's getting
Americans,
a
if
1
they
year.
saw Bryce
170
Harper, they wouldn't know who the hell he is.
Bro,
Like,
he's
that's
getting.
the
Isn't
funny
he
part.
getting 1 year?
1 year,
770
1.1 bill after taxes.
Bro,
He would have made
if you don't go over there,
776,
bro, take that.
No, but that's what I'm
1
saying.
year
That's not
Hey,
happening.
there might be
He's not
something going
going
on in Saudi Arabia, Trent. You never know.
He's
man.
going
I
to
mean, for those of you who watch wrestling, you know what's going on.
They better not find a new.
You know what's going on with Saudi
Facts.
Arabia. You
All
know
the
what type
money,
of timing
boy.
they be on, but but to OJ's point though, just like the contracts and the way money's working nowadays, bro, it's going crazy. Like Mahomes, bro. Like
Bro,
I'm not gonna lie, the Chiefs, bro.
Bro,
just give
G
them GM of
baby,
the
watch
year.
when Joe Burrow get his contract. He about to be the highest paid player.
He
Watch.
didn't sign an extension.
He's about to this what's his name?
He's up.
Training
He's
camp.
up. He's up next.
about
He
to-
was waiting.
Okay.
He's about to have his big.
Waiting on Justin Herbert to do his deal first.
Yeah, he's about to be the
But here's
highest
the
paid player
thing,
in the
though,
league.
the Bengals, bro. The Bengals are in a very weird spot because, like, they have a lot.
They're gonna
of
lose T.
their
Higgins.
core
They're
players.
gonna lose T. Higgins. That's
They're
what
gonna
was
lose T.
going. They're
Higgins.
gonna lose.
Yeah, they're
T.
going
Higgins
to
is
lose.
gone.
They're going to have to lose somebody. They're going to have to.
Yeah, so I think the Bengals right now is like, hey, yo, T, let's just try to go win us a ring. We went there, in your second year. Let's try to go back, get you one before you out because I'm not gonna hold you. There's no way they're gonna be able to pay.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
can't
salary
pay
cap
T.
ain't real, so hey, we don't know.
Yeah, hey, I mean, we're gonna get on to it later, but we saw somebody else's contract, but it clearly is not real. But Nah, but Justin Herbert, I think obviously he deserves it. I think obviously the salary cap goes up. I'm gonna start wondering. So let me ask y'all this: other than running back, what do you think is the next position that's gonna kind of get devalued? And like maybe not at the same
To me,
extent of running back, but people are gonna be like, we don't need to pay.
If you're gonna have a weak spot in football, this is just my opinion. It's gonna be the linebacking position, not the Mike linebacker and not an edge rusher, but the generic outside linebacker, like someone like like a Devin White or something.
To me,
that is the most expandable of all the positions.
It might wait, Trey. This is why I disagree. This is why I disagree with you on that one, OJ.
Talk to me.
The reason why that's not going to happen, if you look at the past few years, like I've always said this when it comes to like all-time defenses, great defenses, what really makes a fast defense, it's not just, having a good pass rush or having DBs who can run. What really makes your defense look and feel fast is having athletes at the linebacker position who can go sideline to sideline and clean up all that stuff. Part of the reason why the 49ers are so disgustingly good on defense and why they consistently get there, despite the fact it's like, okay, cool, you might have Nick Bosa, but you don't necessarily have like another quote-unquote guy there. You'll go with Eric Armstead, and one year you'll have DeForest Buckner, then you get rid of him and you put Charles Omenihu in there, who was like a throwaway from the Texans. And somehow all these guys still kind of mix. The reason why you can get away with doing all that and having like random guys in the back end who aren't great is because you have a guy like Fred Warner who can literally get motioned out to make it look like it's man coverage on a running back. And then they're disguising it playing cover two, having freaking Fred Warner play cover two corner. And he's actually like
Fred, you're gonna sit here with a straight face and tell me that. I want you to tell me that Fred Warner is more valuable to the defense than Nick Bosa. I want you to tell me that. Because the foundation of any quality defense is the pass rush.
No. In that defense, there's an argument to be made for that.
No, not at all.
Well, I'll say this. I don't think any defensive players are overvalued at this point. And I think to answer the question, yeah. You can hear you.
Yeah, your camera lagged a little bit. We hear you.
Yeah, we hear you, but your camera's freezing, yeah. I'm gonna say it's still on the offensive side of the ball. I think what you're gonna see is a lot of guys moving from I'm not gonna get paid as a running back and I'm gonna get hurt, so I'm gonna start moving out and become a wide receiver. And then there's going to be there's already a lot of wide receivers. They're not all elite, but there's a lot of wide receivers. I think you're going to see that being the next position where they're like, I don't know that I need a $20 million.
Because it used to be like that back then.
It's gonna go back to receiver. It's gonna go back to receivers.
Well, I think that's the case right now, though. I don't.
But that's what I'm saying. I think those are the positions that we're gonna undervalue because that was the question, right? I think those are the ones that they're gonna start.
It's probably going to go back to receivers.
I think it's tight end, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think it's going to be tight end because tight ends are matchup problems.
Well, no, tight ends are getting paid like receivers now. So
some are.
I think they're.
Shout out Jimmy Graham who tried to start that trend, and
even though they speak, you got to talk about Jimmy Graham later.
Yeah, we can there.
I do, but I have a salary cap question because I want to go back a second. Do you think the NFL needs to do something like the NBA that has like the bird rights where you can sign your own one player or whatever for anything over the cap? Do you think that'll ever happen?
Like a super max equivalent type thing?
Just because the NFL don't want to have to pay these dudes more than they want to.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Let me answer that question.
Because I'm looking back and I'm remembering like the salary cap was $30 million in 1998 and Jordan was making 34.
Yeah.
Just imagine a player making more, because I'm looking at these other sports. You can do it in basketball, you can do it in soccer, you can do it in like all these other guys are getting paid. You don't think the football guys are eventually gonna be like, yo, we need to get some more money?
I don't.
How old is Roger Goodell?
Let me answer that question real quick.
That's because as long as he's running the league.
The reason,
G, let Bama
one
back
of the
up.
biggest reasons, one of the biggest reasons why the NFL is so effective and profitable is because of the way that they're able to
cap is
effectively
hard cap.
limit player movement.
No, that is wrong. I'm glad y'all came back in on this one. I hope all them niggas hear me too. It was their fault. It was all them football players' fault doing the collective bargaining agreement. Instead of negotiating for more fully guaranteed money, you know what they negotiated for? They wanted to practice one less day and be able to smoke weed in states where weed was legal. Instead of negotiating for that, instead of negotiating for their money. Now, granted, on in the NFLPA, they got kickers and punters and shit representing them, which wouldn't be in their favor when it does come to negotiating for stuff like guaranteed contracts. But at the end of the day, they signed off to be able to smoke weed and practice less. That's their fault. Fuck it. Y'all don't need to get paid. Because you ain't negotiating. You wanted to smoke weed and practice.
I mean, to Bama's point, if when you had the opportunity to negotiate for it, you didn't, and you was worried about smoking, I'm kind of in the same boat. Like, hey, that's
priorities.
Hey, so Austin Eckler, Jonathan Taylor.
I mean, I might be talking about the NBA instead of the. I don't know if they're doing that in the NFL.
No. That's definitely part of it, but I think part of that was also because
there was in states where it's legal. Like it wasn't. Everybody couldn't smoke weed, of course, but in states where marijuana is recreational, they can smoke weed and not get in trouble for it.
Kevin Durant did go and meet on the NBA side and try. So,
look, all I'm saying is this: in terms of that specific thing, the real reason why that whole fully guaranteed contract thing got shot down, it wasn't going to be something that was attainable in their eyes. Like they've talked about that like for years. Like Dominic Foxworth will tell you, like he was on the NFLPA during those negotiations, and he'll tell you, he said it on multiple platforms. No, like the NFL was not trying to hear none of that. Like,
well, do they even? What's the split?
I mean, I could take this. I could take this a kind of
no.
Like I don't. It's almost gonna sound unfair, Trey. It's almost gonna sound unfair. But I'm gonna take it this route because I feel like if it's that important to them, they should have the mentality. If it was that important to them, even though they feel like the NFL might not give in, I wouldn't stop negotiating. I wouldn't stop pushing for it. Because if we take it there, Trey, and this is gonna be nasty. It's really gonna be. I'm giving you fair warning. This is gonna be nasty. But I want you to understand why I feel like if it was important enough, they shouldn't just let them being said no to stop. Imagine if Martin Luther King was like, you know what, they're not gonna budge, bro. I'm gonna just stop.
Yeah, they're those guys.
I'm gonna just stop boycotting. I'm gonna stop giving speeches.
But wait, hold on. I got something for that, G baby, because I get where you're coming from in terms of the analogy. The issue with that is, in your analogy, the equivalent to this would basically be DeMaurice Smith. DeMaurice Smith is buddy with the owners. Like there have been multiple articles like written because of the whole John Gruden lawsuit that's going on right now. That's also dealing with Dan Snyder and all this other stuff. They've talked about the fact that DeMaurice Smith, despite the fact that John Gruden said some wild stuff about
it. Free John Gruden, man. But DeMaurice Smith do got some Michelin tires.
Hear this, man, Bam.
Bro, you are bugging, bro.
That's crazy.
Nah, you are bugging. Talking about some
free. Yeah, you're bugging.
You're bugging.
Big bubble ass list. I would have been on DeMaurice Smith too, little motherfucking hammerhead ass.
Yo, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, Bama wilding.
Yeah, Bama bugging.
Gruden, man.
But wait. Anyway, before we got derailed by the foolishness, I have a question for you, G baby, since we being nasty here. If we're equating this to some kind of civil movement, if the leader of said civil movement, who is your representative, the one that is basically taking the final call and going to the opposition to negotiate, is working with the people that he's supposed to be negotiating against, What are you going to do?
Wait. So when you say working with the people, because you mean like he's really on their side.
The owners love DeMaurice Smith for what he's done in the collective bargaining agreement
because it benefits them
in terms of pushing things in their favor.
Okay, so then what I would do next is, when do the votes come up for representatives? How often do they vote on who represents them?
See, that's
because whenever the next elections are, clearly that means I need to get you up out of there because you're not doing what we need. And Trey, this is all.
I thought Troy
if they
Vincent
care
was a
enough.
representative.
But Trey, this is all.
He's not the president. I want to say he's VP.
But Trey, that's what I'm saying. This is all. If they don't care enough, then hey, what am I tripping for? But if they care enough, they're gonna get the people in there that they need to get in there to negotiate on their behalf.
Hold on, I have a quick question though. To Trey's point, whoever the president is for the NFLPA, is he employed by the NFL?
He's supposed to be. So the NFL,
he's employed by the
NFLPA. He's technically employed by the players because they're supposed to take a percentage out of their check, all the players in the league, to pay for the NFLPA because they don't want no ties to the NFL because that would be a conflict of interest. Yeah, if the people you represent is getting paid by the people you represent against, so they take a percentage from the players to pay them dues. But in my return, so this is my pushback right here. And this is why I tell folks, bro, they need more people like Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers. And what I mean by that, bro, hear me out. What I mean by that, you need more of the star-studded white players. You see what I'm saying? Because when they come to negotiating with the owners, they going to hold more merit with the owners, bro. Like, y'all talking about DeNorris Smith, Troy Vincent. Bro, one thing I do know, bro, with them black folks, bro, when it's time to start really negotiating, bro, I don't think y'all understand what negotiating is, bro. We not finna fuck with each other for a point in time, bro, because until our interests meet in the middle somewhere, bro, I don't fuck with you, bro. And one thing I do notice with some of them black dudes, they get up in there, they just want to pat on Massa. They want a pat on the back from Massa, bro. They might not fully take it the full 100 yards how it need to be taken, like what G Baby said. They not gonna keep beating that drum. You feel me? Because I just made Massa mad.
But Bama though, I think we're
putting
putting too much onus on the sort of the directors and the leadership of the NFLPA. Listen, bro, if certain things needs to get done, it has to be what are the players willing to sacrifice, bro? That's where the buck stops, bro. And then I would like that's what it comes.
And right now, the players aren't willing to sacrifice a lot.
Wait,
which is fine. But they just
ask this though. I just want to ask y'all this, bro. Who are you gonna respect more, Pat McAfee or Tom? Be honest, bro. You respect Pat McAfee more than Tom Brady? If Pat McAfee came in talking about some shit, you really gonna listen to Pat McAfee or you gonna listen to Aaron Rodgers?
No, I feel you, man. I do. But
bro, at the end of the day, those sacrifices have to, like you see right now.
Exactly,
and there's a massive strike, bro. And these people, they're not eating, they don't have jobs. And now, granted, hopefully, it will get resolved. Actually, I don't even really care if it does or not. But again,
yes, you do.
I mean, I do because I have a Disney Plus.
But even with them jobs, bro, with them jobs like what you talking about, right? So Pat McAfee saying, "Oh, I sacrificed my contract." Like, bro, I'm looking at my other billionaire owner laughing like a motherfucker. Like, bro, you don't even sell jerseys like that, bitch ass nigga. Bye. Tom Brady come up in that bitch talking about I ain't playing. Oh yeah, I'm finna start tap dance. Oh, I'm sorry, Tom. What you remember that video how they were talking about with Michael? Hey, Michael, if you said it's a foul, I believe you. I believe you, Michael.
I mean, I hear you, so now, but I think what Tom could do, I think Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen could achieve.
Yeah. I'm using those names, but of course we on to the next big names, the Patrick. But at the same time, it's gonna have to be some of them big name white boys up in there too. You see what I'm saying? Like because the owners are white. You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to negotiate with somebody that resonates with the owner, that know how to speak his language.
I'm still stuck on how this not a 50-50 split, bro. After all these years, that's crazy to me.
It's my team. You talking about a 50-50 split between who? The owners and the
players and ownership.
That will never happen. A 50-50 split.
Bro, it's in the NBA.
Happen.
It's in the NBA.
No, is it?
It's not 50-50.
I was about to say it
pretty
is
sure
not
it's
50-50
Close,
in the
but it's not
NBA.
50-50. It's close. It's close.
Hey, but also too,
I'm gonna confirm.
if we keep it a buck, again, Roger Goodell is not Adam Silver and he ain't David Stern. David Stern ain't Roger Goodell. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. There is never going to be a 50-50 split, especially in the NFL.
Yeah,
Unless Roger Goodell
it's
goes
50-50 in the NBA, according to my research.
It says 50-50 even.
I mean, of course, if it's 100%.
No. Because I was under the impression that it's a little bit skewed to the owners.
No, and by the way, I wasn't trying to be condescending. But no, according to this, it's 50-50.
Okay.
Well, according to
what's 50-50 though?
The revenue, the profits.
Yeah, the revenues that they claim and share. So we're clear.
Oh, so is that
Hold on
revenue
a
that
second.
they
I will
don't
say
claim
this,
and don't
Thank you,
share?
Fluent.
No,
Is
Fluent,
there revenue they
Fluent,
don't
Fluent,
claim and
Fluent
don't share?
getting where
I
I'm going
see where
with this,
Fluent's
bro,
going
because
from.
50-50
The revenue
is
is
like,
50-50, but certain things like merchandise, concessions, that's where they can make way more money and just rip off the player. Jersey sales, all of that. They're going to keep way more percentage of that.
Do players
I
get a cut of their jersey sales? No,
Huh?
right? They don't get a cut of that stuff?
The players
I know they
some,
get
but the
residuals,
owners
like-
I
get
think
way
they
more.
do. There's something.
But like, do they get a cut or do they get the full thing though?
No, they don't. They get a small percentage, but you have to think
Okay.
the players are not doing nothing. All they're doing is allowing the NFL to use their name, image, and likeness. But
No, fair
as
enough.
far as like the manufacturing, creating, the distribution, all of that, the NFL is doing. So,
Well, listen,
me,
the
I don't have a
NFL,
problem with
NFL says the NFL says that the players get 48% of the team's revenues goes to player salaries.
Team. Oh, wait. Team revenue, right? Not the whole league.
Team revenue, yes, team revenue.
Team revenue they
revenue.
do. But how much percentage is the team revenue compared to the
Just
the
so
whole
you know,
league
just
revenue?
so you know,
But
that is
though,
a
they
decrease.
share revenue though between
That is-
teams, small markets and big markets. So it's
That
all
is a
shared.
decrease from 55%.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the
It's going in
cap
the
go
wrong-
up every year, but
NFL's
they
going
make
in
the
the
more
wrong
money
direction.
every year.
Players going in the wrong direction.
Yeah,
hey
I
man,
get
they
it.
wanted to be able to smoke weed in practice last. They going in the right direction. You guys.
Look, like I said, if the guy who was
See,
supposed to be
sorry, if I may, I'm sorry to cut you off. Just I want to be clear. So in the NFL, it says that the players receive 48% of the team revenue for their salaries. In the NBA, listen to the difference in the language. Players receive 50% of all revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Fluent. Thank you,
Oh,
Fluent.
wow.
Fluent, you
Big
knew what I was
difference.
talking
That's a
about from the
major
beginning.
difference.
Big difference.
It is, bro.
I will say
but
this,
one
though.
thing I know
Oh, go
about
ahead.
America, OJ, bro, you better watch how they word shit. Boy, wording is everything.
Hey, what's that? Hey, you better read the fine print.
You better read,
read that fine
wording
print.
is
I
everything.
will say this though, man. As much as I want the players to get 50-50, at the same time, bro, in the real world, it doesn't work that way, bro. I'm not getting anywhere. Like if you think about the corporations and corporate America, it doesn't work. And that's an actual big problem, bro.
I tell everybody. I had a job where my book of business was $50 million. I didn't get 50%.
Hell no.
I wish I did.
Hey, listen, if all of us open our own business, we ain't fit to split 50-50.
Yeah, exactly.
We ain't giving no jokes on
You're absolutely right.
Why not though? Why not? That's
If
what
you
I'm
start
trying
your
to
own
explain.
business, you're probably
That's what
losing money the first year.
Yeah,
of
first
course.
year,
I get what you
it's
saying.
more like
I get
the
what you
first 3
saying.
years.
I get
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
saying with that though, Fluent. But we all went in on it. That's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. Why should the owners have to give a 50%? Listen, wasn't none of them players out there putting their money down when they had to buy them teams.
You're
They
right.
had to pay $700 million.
I'm
$2
just pro
billion
player,
for a
bro.
team.
I'm naturally pro player, but you're
I
right.
get.
Man.
I'm pro player too, but I think about it from everything. Like, what if you bought a team and then the player talking about something? Hey, bro, you got to split half of everything with
The
me.
ownership, they have all the liability, bro. Like they share, like they assume most of the liabilities, and the players they don't. They can quit and find another job. So yeah, that's a fair point. So
yeah. Well, I know we would talk about money cap and all that. Well, let's talk about one more guy who got a crazy bag. Y'all know how much Aaron Rodgers is supposed to make in 2024?
50 million.
Like 63. It was something ridiculous.
100.
Did it went down? Did it go down?
Yeah,
No,
he took a 35 million pay cut. He just took it.
He had 2 years. He had 2 years, 110, and he took a $35 million pay cut.
I'm about to say because on
Because
here
even
I have
he knows,
107 million.
even he knows the Jets aren't good enough, and they need and he needs help. Even he knows.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And factual. That team's going to miss the playoffs, and y'all are going to laugh, and I'm going to say, "I told you so."
Oh, they're not going to miss the playoff. They're going to win the division.
All right.
Garrett Wilson about to
We'll
go
see.
off.
I'm gonna be a Jets fan this year.
Hey, Garrett Wilson going off like a time bomb.
Hey, OJ, you know where you can go? Hey, it's
No
not that
building
far
my
from
home.
you.
No,
It's not that far from you, OJ. I know where you
G-Baby,
stay.
G-Baby, if I were to go to Texas, I would go all the way around Louisiana. I don't even want to drive through that state, bro,
not
let
Texas.
alone be a Saints fan.
Not Texas. I'm not telling you to go to Texas.
You tell me to go to the New Orleans.
No. You got a place not too far from you in the same state. You ain't got to cross state
Jacksonville?
lines. Yeah, boy, go to Duval. OJ, it's okay. Hey, y'all gonna get Caleb Williams next year, then you can go back to Tampa.
That's intriguing, bro.
You can have a 1-year rental on Duval, man.
Hey,
that's disgusting.
I'm
pimping them out, Trey.
If we win, hey, bro, we might have to take Dre May, bro.
Over Caleb Williams?
No, I got a funny suspicion my Bucks gonna win about 5-6 games, so we ain't gonna get the first.
Ow! Who's your starting quarterback?
Baker Mayfield.
I'm gonna let y'all boys know right now, man. Y'all don't watch no college football. If y'all think that Caleb Williams and Drake made the top quarterback, man, y'all ain't been. Y'all don't watch.
Who's the top quarterback?
Bama.
Who's the top quarterback, Bama?
We watch.
You know
me and you, Trey, specifically watch college football every day. Do not say they're not the top 2 quarterbacks in the country.
He is, bro. He not.
Who? So who?
The best quarterback in the country, based off of what I see right now, with his skills.
First pick overall.
Quinn Ewers.
That's the plan, Fluent.
Get out of here. Get out of here. We are not talking about old boy from UT, boy.
Man,
we're not doing that.
Guys,
we are not doing that.
Guys, listen, Bama is not a college football fan. He's an Alabama fan, hence his name.
No, I'm a college football fan, and I play the game, bro. I gotta.
I ain't worked on weekends.
Aren't you an Alabama fan?
I see this shit. Like, bro, if you watch Quinn Ewers' progression from when he didn't play over there at Ohio State, that first year at Alabama, he damn near probably would have beat Alabama if he didn't get them ribs cracked. But if you look at how, bro, I try to tell. So this is why I say, bro, don't watch for big plays. Just watch certain people, bro. So everybody was gagging Quinn Ewers. So this is what I do. I just watch Quinn. The way that dude gets rid of footballs up under pressure, bro. I'm talking about getting hit. Like, his release is ridiculous, bro. He got a real quick release.
Can you send me the YouTube highlights that you watch this so I could get up to speed?
No, it ain't no YouTube.
Man,
I don't watch highlights. That be y'all problem. Y'all watch too many highlights, man. Like,
Bama, you watch it. You not watching all 22 for college, because there's no way you're not saying them 2 are not the top 2 quarterbacks in college football. There's no way you're not saying that.
Quinn. I like that boy Quinn. You say that them the top 2 quarterbacks because you heard somebody else say that.
Bama, you don't watch more than me?
Hey,
I watch the games and come up with my own opinion with who I like, bro.
Hey, Bama.
You saw Quinn Ewers.
I'm not gonna lie, you just talking.
Y'all talking about
he the best.
I'm not gonna lie.
Y'all
You're
talking
just
about
talking.
Drake May on everything. A year ago, y'all was not talking about Drake May. 2 years ago, y'all was not talking about Drake May. None of that.
What do you mean? He not just coming to college?
I give you Caleb Williams.
He just got. Was he at college?
Not just get at UNC?
Was Drake May at UNC 2 years ago? That's a genuine question. Was he?
And if he did,
was
Trey,
he at UNC
Trey,
2
ask
years
the
ago?
question.
I don't know.
But no. You know what I'm talking about, Trey. You know what I'm talking about. When niggas know about somebody, they talk about, oh, bro, this dude from this high school, all of this, and when he played,
can't talk about Drake.
What? Nobody said nothing about Drake May.
Wait, everybody slow down.
North Carolina.
Everyone slow down.
Mitch Trubisky balled out of North Carolina, by the way, too. Just
all
so
right.
y'all.
And look how that worked out.
No stock in that. No stock in
Nobody, bro. Everybody said Mitch Trubisky should not have gone that high. He should have stayed in college. Drake May and Mitch Trubisky are not viewed in the
Drake
same
May is
way.
a true sophomore, bro. Why would you
He
talk about
just got
somebody that didn't play?
Got to college last
Why would
year.
you talk about somebody they freshman year who didn't play? You can talk about what they're gonna do the next season, but why would you talk about that? That makes no sense.
Oh, I was talking about Tua from the jump. Bryce too. Before
Of
they
course,
played.
because they went to
You're a
school.
Bama fan.
No. No, I know the greatness of quarterbacks, nigga. Like,
You know
this
the
ain't
greatness.
No
Well, it wasn't
Bama
great.
fan.
Let me
This
not
ain't
do
got
that.
nothing to
Let me
do
not.
with
Let
it.
me not.
All right, bro.
Okay.
I guess.
Anyway,
Real quick, I got a
If
super chat.
Tua wasn't great in college, you just drunk. You delusional.
All right,
Sure.
look, I got a super.
Hey,
I
hold
got
on,
a super
G-Baby,
chat.
before you do that, Bama, Joe Milton better than Quinn Ewers.
No. Nah. He's
He
wild.
was drunk.
Nah.
Joe fire. I like Joe, but
He
Joe
needed to get a lot better. That's what he
ain't
did.
better than Quinn. He
All right.
ain't Quinn.
All right. Let's
Anyways, back to the super chat real quick. Let me get this out the way.
Bama, I like Quinn Ewers though.
From Nick Tri-State, start bench cut Corey Dillon, Brian Westbrook, Fred Taylor.
I mean, you start Freddie T, you bench Corey Dillon, you cut Ryan Westbrook.
Wait, you're cutting Brian
Ooh,
Westbrook?
you're
I'm
cutting
keeping
Brian Westbrook?
bro.
I'm cutting.
Is that the Giants in
I'm
you?
cutting Corey Dillon.
No.
I'm
Corey
cutting
Dillon
No,
was
that's
like
the
that.
Eagles,
Hey,
nigga.
I'm
I
cutting
was
that.
saying, I think I'm cutting Corey Dillon as well.
I don't know. That
What
biggest
is it
Corey
again?
Dillon was
Corey
like that.
Dillon,
I don't
Westbrook.
know.
Put that back up, G-Baby.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't know.
Start bench cut Corey Dillon, Brian Westbrook, Fred Taylor.
Hey, I'm keeping Fred Taylor. I'm
Yeah,
benching,
that's an
I'm
easy
benching
one. You
Brian
gotta cut
Westbrook.
Corey Dillon.
I'm cutting Corey Dillon.
Easy?
Yeah.
Okay, look.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think twice about
Yeah,
it.
I ain't gonna cap on that. You got to start Corey Dillon and probably bench Freddie T. Or
What?
shit, I don't know, bro.
What?
Bama, what is you on today?
Honestly, bro, Bama's doing this on purpose,
Bro,
bro.
he
He
literally
gotta
just-
be doing.
he
He probably
literally
over
hold
there
on.
chuckling with his
G-Baby.
mic. with his
He
camera
literally
on,
had
bro.
just said that Fred Taylor's better than LaDainian Thompson. So you gonna say Corey Dillon's better than LaDainian Thompson?
Crickets.
Someone just sent me a piece of information. I know this is going back to a previous conversation, but I feel I need to share it. Now, I understand the context that there's more of them in the league and there's some that bring down the number, but I just want you to be aware of something. The average NFL kicker in the NFL,
Redundant.
gets paid $2.26 million per year.
Mm-hmm.
The average running back in the NFL gets paid $1.81
That
million.
lacks context though. That's like because it's more.
I
I said, I
Did you not
clearly
hear
said
him?
Nah, I
there's
ain't hear. I ain't
context
hear.
to it because there's more and there's
He
some.
literally said there's more
That's
content.
why I
Yeah.
started to, but that's
Yeah.
still nuts.
I'm not gonna lie
That's
though.
still wild, though.
Yeah.
I think Corey Dillon. I mean, cutting him was kind of crazy though. To me, I ain't gonna
Yeah, Bama. Hey, you been
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, they need to be
Hold up,
paying
Cruiser.
10 million a year.
Hey, hold up, Cruiser. Nah, Bama, we need this answer because you said Fred Taylor was better than LaDainian Tomlinson. Are you saying Corey Dillon better than LaDainian Tomlinson as well?
I don't know if you hear.
Yeah, he probably left because he realized that was a crazy question.
Yeah,
Or a
that's
crazy statement.
That's insane. I'm not cut.
All of a sudden he cut out. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I'm not gonna lie. Not thinking about it with Corey Dillon, that's kind of nuts.
I'm not cutting Brian Westbrook under any circumstances.
We need
because I watched that man kill the Giants way too many times.
Bro, that boy
And Brian Westbrook, bro.
What trades it bias, bro?
In my opinion, I don't know, man. I think Brian Westbrook really, I don't want to say revolutionized the position, man, but he was so unique and refreshing in some of the things he did, bro. Like returning punts and catching out the back, all that stuff, man.
While also being
Get him back.
the main running back in that offense. Like he still ran the ball. Like he wasn't James White. Like they gave him the ball 20-something times a game.
That Eagles, man, that's one of the few teams that to me, that's when I really saw a running back by committee when they had Deuce Staley, him, and Corey Buckhalter. Those three guys.
Corey Buckhalter, yep.
Like that was like the first time I really saw like a true running back by committee.
And it was three good backs. It wasn't
three good backs, three very good backs.
Like, okay, these guys are all just random specialists. They all got one thing. Like, no, they could all do a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
They might have specialized in one thing, but if you needed any of them to run up the middle or catch a screen or run outside zone, all three of them could do it. It was just with varying degrees of success.
Mm-hmm. I'm fixated on this. Is there more wide receivers or running backs in the NFL?
More wide receivers.
Receivers for sure.
Correct.
Again,
you are correct. Hold on, you are correct. And the average wide receiver makes $2.28 million more than the kicker.
Yeah.
There's a problem in the NFL. I'm sorry. The average running back should not make less than the average kicker. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, Bama, now that you back, we need this question answered, bro.
Okay. No. This is what y'all not finna do. Y'all not finna go to another question. The question was start, bench, cut out of the running backs. For y'all to sit there and be as animated as y'all was for Corey Dillon and Fred Taylor, y'all don't watch football. Y'all just watch what that little stat shit is. You pull up sports reference. That's how I know y'all don't watch football, because when Corey Dillon went over there to the Patriots, he made a real big difference on that ground.
The first year, he was elite
Also,
like 1 year. After that, he was okay.
You talking about the tail end of his career. At the end of the day, he was still bugging with the.
You're the one that brought up the Patriots, so of course I'm talking about the Patriots, bro.
But he made a difference when he went over there to help them win a ring, though. You see what I'm saying? He was a real big reason of why they won.
Danny Woodhead made a difference too.
Wow.
So career.
James White did too, low key.
But see,
that's disgusting.
This is where y'all just be.
Danny Woodhead was a problem.
If I'm bugging out, because I don't know, Danny Woodhead actually was a dog though, and he went to Montana State D2, so I fought with that tough. But anyway, if I'm bugging out my whole career and transfer somewhere, don't bring up somebody that didn't bug out his whole career and then be like, oh, well, this dude bugged out too when he was on there. That's just irrelevant, because Corey Dillon was a beast his whole career, and then went over there towards the end of his career and was solid on a Super Bowl team. And he was a real big reason.
So if you
I don't disagree.
The year they won the Super Bowl, he ran for 1,700.
Bama, I don't disagree with anything you just said, but you said start him over Fred Taylor. And you are on record saying Fred Taylor is better than LaDainian Tomlinson.
I said Ricky Williams. I'm taking Ricky over LT. I'm taking somebody born in San Diego. I said I'm taking somebody born in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
I said I'm taking somebody born in San Diego.
Let me ask you a question, Bama. Do you think so it's a two-part. Do you think Corey Dillon had a better career or a better peak than Fred Taylor?
I just think Corey Dillon probably was the more physical. So this is what y'all. So fragile Fred was a real thing. So this is what I'm talking about. I'm thinking about rotate, and then I don't want the other dude. So yeah, Brian Westbrook, your ass up out of there. You a poor man's Marshall Faulk. You gone. So at this point, give me Corey Dillon for my starter. I'm gonna fuck with Big Corey.
Man, I'm not thinking twice. I'm cutting Brian Westbrook. I'm not thinking twice.
I ain't tripping on that. I'm just talking about.
I'm starting Freddie Teal and I'm benching Corey Dillon.
Big killer Corey, you feel me? I fought with Big Corey, man. Like that boy was solid. That was a good running back right there.
I like him.
Another super chat. This one's from Brian Holiday. Thank you for your super chat. What was your favorite part of the quarterback series? I came away with a new respect for Kirk Cousins seeing him in the Bills game. Not gonna lie, I didn't see the first season, so
it was that was him. It was funny with Kirk, and
it was.
You know what my takeaway was? That Kirk Cousins is a cheap human being.
Yeah, he's very.
He is the cheapest son of a no disrespect, but his house, he buys his clothes at Walmart. Like, dude,
that's good.
He was driving wasn't he driving like a van for a while?
Like a Dodge Caravan.
I like that. That's what's
when Kirk Cousins was in Washington, he rented.
I'm sorry. I don't care how rich or broke I am or how cheap I am.
But this is the biggest thing I got out of that series. For me, Patrick Mahomes, I always knew he was very intelligent, but sometimes it's hard to fall for the trap that this dude he's leveraging his talent, he improvises a lot and all this other stuff. But when you see that series, it really captures the essence of dude. Patrick Mahomes is a student of the game. He's very cerebral, and we don't often connect him with cerebral. We do that with Brady and Manning, but bro, he's very smart, and he watches a lot of film, all that. So for me, it really kind of brought that out.
To play quarterback, that's just what you got to do.
I'm going to piggyback on that point because that's the thing where when we see guys that are supreme athletes, we just assume that they're doing things based on their athleticism and not realizing or giving them the credit for how much work they put in a film room and
the attention to detail.
Because it's funny, that is actually what makes him so great. And I'll relate it a little bit to basketball. Like Michael Jordan, we just assume, he's the greatest athlete. Nah, dude, no wasted steps. The footwork was impeccable. The fundamentals were there. That's how
nobody worked harder too.
No, right, and that's kind of how I see Patrick Mahomes, especially after that series. Is that dude could have got away with not reading defenses and just using his athleticism, and still would have been a really good quarterback. But no, he wants to get better and better and find out those little details. Which, I respect the hell out of him for that for sure.
I think one of the biggest things that's kind of sold me on just the greatness of Patrick Mahomes is the fact that we watched this man come into the league the moment he became. Jeez, boy, got that smoker's cough. What's wrong with it? But that boy got bronchitis.
Hold on. Hey,
Yep. But no, seriously. There was a comment that he made in like year 3 where somebody was asking him something, and he alluded to the fact that he was saying that he was just now really starting to understand like the nuances of NFL defenses. By that time, I'm pretty sure homie had thrown for like 5K twice. He'd have won an MVP and he had won a ring.
It was once, but yeah, he did all that.
Okay,
stuff.
well, 5K.
Yeah. 5K, a ring, and an MVP.
He won a ring and he won an MVP.
Yeah.
And he's saying just then, he's like, "Oh, I'm just now getting it." And I'm like, "Oh, you're just now getting it? Everyone else is screwed."
For real.
Like,
You know what? I'll
Like,
also say this, man. You know the quarterback position's hard, but when you see sort of that documentary, it's a reminder of, bro, this thing is no joke. And I felt myself kind of giving Cam Newton a little bit of sort of like a break because I was harsh on Cam Newton when he went to New England, bro. Going over a new playbook, a new system, bro, that thing is no joke. And I always knew that, but seeing that documentary, bro, it really captured the essence of that, bro.
But not only is it a new
I
playbook,
said this.
it's a
I feel like I said
Belichick
this.
playbook, and everybody talks about how
Exactly, a Belichick playbook. Because I was going to say it was one of the first episodes of Gridiron when, like, a couple years ago when we started it, and we were talking about this stuff, and I was defending. I want to say I was defending either Cam Newton when he went to New England. I don't remember the time frame, but I remember saying, I go, I don't think you've seen, and you too, Trent, Trey, I know you guys have probably seen one at this point. I go, you maybe have never seen an NFL playbook. Because when I was sitting with Hugh Jackson, and we used to do that show every week, and we'd have that playbook, and it was like this thick. I'm like, I've never read a book, every book combined that I've read, I don't think.
And the names of them, Z22, L40 flat, this is like, you guys.
The only thing is, bro, they give 2 plays in one, and then you can hear it up in there when they whatever they kill count is. Like they'll be like kill, and then they'll say the other play. So if the quarterback go out there and be like kill, you know he's finna run the other play. And then if you play a certain position, you're only listening for certain code words.
Yeah, as a positional player, I agree. As a positional player, I agree with you because you just need to listen for your stuff. But as a quarterback, you need to know everything. Everything and where everybody's supposed to be and what everybody's supposed to be doing, because if they're out of position, it's you're the one that needs to tell them to get into position. So that's what I'm saying. From a quarterback perspective, I think that's why I was defending Cam a little bit, because I'm like, dude had to go there and learn that playbook. And we had Chad 85 tell us he didn't get it, and he was just the wide receiver portion.
And then also too, people always seem to forget them first 6 games. Cam Newton was playing perfectly fine.
Yeah, he was playing good. Yeah.
Edelman got hurt. He got COVID, and the team fell apart after that. And then the next year, they were like, okay, even though it wasn't much, they had spent money in free agency. They got better weapons because I think Edelman retired. It was like, okay, let's see what they do. And then they started Mac Jones, which I think was a surprise to most people. I had already had it assumed Cam Newton would start, Mac Jones would sit and learn because Brady. He's not going to rush guys. You know, I mean, how long did Brady sit before he finally came in and played the game? So, and then Matt Jones started, and I was like, oh. And then they released Cam Newton. I'm like, oh, dang, that might be it for him. You know what I mean? And that's unfortunately, I think Belichick has been talked about as one of the more complex playbooks. You know, it is what it is, especially when they cycling. Let's be real, they cycling OCs left and right. This is Mac Jones' 3rd OC. You know what I mean? So you got guys with different tendencies, different philosophies, different, this is what I like to do on first down. This is what I like to do on 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. It's gonna be tough.
All right, next super chat. We got more.
We do. We got 3 more. This one is from Nick Tri-State again. Appreciate you, man. Start bench cut. Scary Terry, DJ Moore, and Tyler Lockett. I swear, if y'all keep
I'm starting Scary Terry. I'm benching Tyler Lockett. I'm cutting DJ Moore.
No, you're
What?
not, Cruiser. No,
Yeah.
you're not.
DJ Moore.
Why?
Okay, you guys didn't even give me a chance to do the last start bench cut, so I'm going to do this one.
Oh, you
And,
didn't do the last
and I'm
one?
going to go in order of who's got the best quarterback. So it's start DJ Moore, bench Scary Terry, and cut Tyler Lockett.
Okay.
So Sam Howell. So you're on record saying Sam Howell better than Geno. Love to see it.
This is a great question, by the way, because all three of these guys are very, very hard to sort of like gauge their talent, bro.
Are they though?
I think so, especially like Terry McLaurin with the injury. Like I have not seen the best version of Terry McLaurin. I haven't.
He had a quarterback consistent.
Hey, I can get with you on that. I think it's pretty easy decision.
Okay.
As far as who's getting cut.
Look, I am. First of all, I like all three of these guys, but I'm starting Terry. I'm benching DJ Moore. I'm cutting Tyler.
I mean, that's just the correct answer. I think
Like
the super chat is perfect for it.
Yeah,
as long as you're cutting Tyler Lockett,
I'm
if
cutting.
you want to rock with DJ Moore, go ahead.
But let's not act like, because people swear, people just act like Tyler Lockett is just some random.
Yeah,
he's cool.
He's not. Lockett has outplayed DK Metcalf.
Like Lockett is
I mean, he's better than DK.
He's
DK ain't interfered.
Dub.
Do y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Doug.
We can hear you in the car.
I was about to say, we hear that.
You hear that big? Close your door. Put on your seatbelt. Whatever's making that bing.
Oh, my bad. I'm P gotta travel tomorrow, so I did a lot of late night packing and last minute packing, so I couldn't be on the show. What y'all talking about?
Right now, it's a start bench cut. Scary Terry, DJ Moore, Tyler Lockett. Super chat from Nick.
And I'm about to tell everybody what's going to be so incredible about DJ Moore this year.
Oh shit!
My boy.
Scary Terry is starting. DJ Moore is benched, and then Tyler Lockett getting the fuck up out of here.
Facts.
Hey, they're smart. Everybody seems to know that except Cruiser.
Dang.
Tyler Lockett nasty, bro.
Hey, Floyd.
What up?
The Bear. I'm not gonna lie. I was talking about it today about the Bears with somebody I know. Bro, I like the Bears, bro. The Bears going good. I like them this year. I really do.
So DJ Moore
that's gonna be an exciting football team.
So check this out. DJ Moore. This is what DJ Moore is going to help do. As of today, there is only one team in the NFL who's still in the NFL, in the history of the NFL, that has never had a 4,000-yard passer, and it is the Chicago Bears. Justin Fields, with the help of DJ Moore, will break that this year.
And they just paid Cole Kmet too.
Yes, sir.
That was an overpay. Crazy.
1,000 yards of rushing, man. But I think real talk though, I think DJ Moore is gonna do a phenomenal job of run blocking for Justin Fields. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Wow.
And Justin Fields is going to do him a favor and throw him the ball.
Y'all coming out of the wishbone this year. Y'all going to speed off.
Wishbone is crazy.
Hey,
you don't believe that, though. You do not believe Fields is throwing 4,000 yards. You don't believe that. I don't believe that.
4,000 yards.
He could.
He'll throw 4,001 and OJ go be
I don't care if it's 4,000.5. I'm taking it.
Hey, speaking of, I would get
some of these are crazy. Have you seen this list? Have you seen this list of who the last quarterback was to throw for 4,000 yards for every franchise?
Who was it?
No, I have not.
Some of these are crazy. Here, you pick your team. I'll tell you.
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning.
So Cutler never threw 4,000, and he had Brandon Marshall. That's crazy.
Yeah,
he never threw for 4,000.
I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick had Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker. He
probably
would have
thrown for 4,000 if some of those passes.
Hey, Floyd. Is the Eagles Randall?
Nah, I got to be Nick Foles, right? When he threw like 26.
Yeah, it is Nick Foles.
It got to be Nick Foles.
Oh, it is Nick Foles?
I like it.
Nick Foles did not throw 4,000.
I think he did.
He did not throw.
I'm almost positive. I think he did.
I'm about to check it right now.
Because he started later on.
No, he's talking about
Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz was the last 4,000-yard passer for the Eagles in 2019.
But Nick Foles did it before that too, right?
Man, that was a bad year.
The last one for each franchise is what I have. It's actually pretty. It's actually pretty amazing. If you look at it, you see all these faces, and then just the Bears logo, and it says "Never."
Oh,
That's so tough.
dang.
That's harsh. That's
Just
other super chat, because Trent, I do have a question for you in a second.
But I just gotta say this real quick.
Troll.
So just so we're clear, Justin Fields threw for what 2,200 yards last year. So that means what? DJ Moore is gonna get 1,800 yards. That's
Come on, bro.
No, okay, wait. You know that's not how math works, bro.
Come on, Jay.
You
Come
know
on,
that's
bro.
not
You
how
know
that
you
math
right.
works.
2,200 plus 1,800. That gets
Hey,
you
that's
4,000
not how
already.
the math
We
works.
know that's
because
not how it works.
Because Darnell's
Darnell's
yards
gonna get
are going
more.
up.
being a
That's gonna get
dickhead,
more.
y'all.
Yeah,
Don't
like come
mind
on,
him.
bro. Come on.
Love being a
That's-
dickhead.
From Godly Warrior, running back getting paid past a certain age is evolving.
Chase Claypool's gonna get 600.
Yeah. Well, I
Hey,
don't
Phil,
multiple.
you know-
Mooney still there? Fluent. Mooney still there? Is Mooney still
Yeah,
there?
yeah. Mooney's still there.
Oh, he's straight. Darnell gonna get you 800.
See, exactly.
Yo, Floyd, this is gonna be Phil's stat line for sure. It's gonna be like 3,000 to 3,100 passing yards, and then probably like 800 rushing yards.
All right,
With
let's put a grand on it. Not a
With
grand.
8
No, I meant to
TDs?
say
Yeah, I think
100.
talking about ATD and rushing. He got to be talking about ATD.
Let's-
Okay. I was about to say
let's
that sounds
put
like
100
Daniel
on it.
Jones.
4,000 Justin Fields. Hold on, guys. Let's put 100 on it, Fluent.
All right, done.
All right, it's done. You guys, y'all are witness, okay?
Yep.
Virtual handshake.
100 Canadian. Just for the record.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Nah, bro, I don't know anything about Canadian dollar. I don't even know if that we accept that crap here in America. US dollar.
Yeah, you do. Hey, when you send them the PayPal, it's gonna ask you in the top. They're gonna say USD, then the Canadian.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, my dude who do my artwork.
Listen,
he
bro.
live in Canada, so I know.
Easy money, bro. Easy
That's
money,
right. I
bro.
appreciate it. Thank you.
And because 200K is nothing to you, I know it's easy money for you too. So.
Hey,
facts,
it ain't my fault I make more than them refs.
That's crazy. But back to the super chat. Godly Warrior 0. Running back getting paid past a certain age is evolving. Multiple skill sets. Look at someone like McKinnon, age 31, still here because of blocking and pass catching. I mean, I don't think they're paying Jared McKinnon.
He's gonna get paid big
He-
money.
He might be on a vet minimum, but I'm
But
not
he
sure.
get hurt every year.
They're paying him like $1 million. They're
Yeah,
not
but he
paying
get hurt
him.
every year
They're
too.
not
Trey
Oh,
get hurt every year.
Don't forget, OJ. Just like our basketball bet, it's always barring injuries.
No, for this one.
But you always say that's what
Hold
you
on.
always. That's
This
your
one I
caveat
did not
for every
add that.
bet.
Hold on,
look at
Fluent.
him.
Do you want to
He
add
only
that?
plays 2 games. If he only plays 2 games.
Fluent, like I know for
Because
you.
what was that other bet we had? What was that other one we had?
No bars. So for me, do you want?
What was that other one? What was that other one that you wouldn't do it because if it was
the other
barring
one?
injury?
Was Aaron Rodgers or the Jets would win the division?
Oh yeah, the Jets. Oh yeah, Jets. Yeah, they're not winning the division. That's not-
Yeah, I'm still on for that bet, bro. I'm still
No, you
betting
said, but you said
with
unless
the
Aaron
caveat.
Rodgers gets hurt, you had to
Yeah.
throw that in. So Justin Fields has to be healthy too.
Oh, so you want that? What's healthy?
It has to be
Quantify
healthy. Has to be healthy. Has to be healthy for sure.
What is that though? 80% of games?
What is?
Let's call it 80% of games.
Yeah, he has to play at least 14 games. That's about 80, right?
It's
Isn't
so
that-
convenient now.
That is- I mean, that is 80%.
That's thing you refuse to add it. Why? So convenient, bro.
No, I want to play by your rules. I want
You
to play by your
are
rules.
unbelievable, man. But hey, I'll take it.
It is 80%. 14 is 80%.
This guy,
Yeah, it is.
man.
Another super chat from Angie Carr. Thoughts about Commanders changing names again? I've been into the idea of naming them the Washington Red Tails.
Wait a minute.
It's historic.
They
It
changed
just sounds good.
No.
They're going to.
We talked about this.
Man, call them the LA Nakers.
No. What he say?
What?
The LA what?
The LA Nakers.
Nakers.
What old
What
girl
did he
on that,
say?
what old
LA
girl on that
Nakers.
team?
I thought he said
Yeah,
something
you remember
else.
what old girl said?
That's what he's trying to,
So we talked about this on Fluent and Chill. So Magic Johnson is part of the new ownership group that now has officially kind of bought the Washington Commanders. And the first thing he said was, that they are going to after this season change the name, and there was a big public outcry to return the name to the Redskins because no one had a problem with it except for some crazy leftist woke people who were telling us it was bad, but the actual people who were supposed to be offended by it weren't. So we talked about it at length on Fluent and Chill, but yeah, that's the rumored thing going on right now.
Interesting. I mean, as far as the name change, I don't really care personally. Like, it is what it is. I get why they changed the original name. Whatever.
What's wrong with Commanders though? I mean, it's lame. Bro.
I don't think there's anything wrong. That's why I'm like, bro. Like, I don't know why they had it. Like, it is what it is. Like, I just thought the only thing was weird, like the Washington football team. Like, I guess, like, I don't really care.
I think they just should.
I'm just glad there's a new owner. Yeah, like
too much changing it around and
like just leave it with. And honestly, I think their uniforms hard though. Like I think the
hard. The problem is, ever since they changed the name, apparently I got to look it up. But ever since they changed the name, apparently their merchandise sales have dipped. So
because everybody wants the logo. That's what it is.
That logo is hard though. Fuck what y'all talking about.
That logo was hard.
Everybody wants that logo. That's what.
So why didn't they just see? This is why they're dumb. Washington. I don't care that a basketball team has it. Washington Warriors. No one has an issue with Warriors. You keep the exact same logo and we move on.
Oh fuck!
You're not wrong.
You're still gonna have an issue though, Fluent.
Why?
Because the argument would be you're making a caricature of an indigenous people or what have you.
And what do you think? And have you seen the Golden State Warriors logo? One of them, where it's the guy throwing the spear.
The old one. I mean, they're not using that anymore, right?
Yeah, they throw it on their throwbacks, and you can see it, and it's on their website and stuff.
Yeah, but I guess I don't know. It's not ethnically.
The Cleveland Indians changing their name too.
Yeah, they're the Guardians. Yeah, that one makes sense because Indians are from India, bro. They're not indigenous people, and they had Chief Wahoo, and they were calling him an Indian. That's dumb. That just shows you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So they had to do that one. That one I understand.
At this point, to me, at this point, the damage is done. Just leave it as Commanders and move on.
Yeah.
But call them the Washington Harriets, man. Fuck it, bro.
Hey, what's wrong with Bama?
Man. Dark joke, man. Come on, man. Laugh a little. Live a little.
Also, too, real quick, shout out to Andrew Coleman for the $1 super chat, man. Appreciate you. Well, I wanted to ask Trent a question, but he decided to dip. So I'll ask everybody else this question. This is more specifically if you guys were one of his supporters. How do you feel about Trey Lance about to be QB3 coming into training camp?
You said what? Say it again.
Trey Lance is QB3 right now.
They started.
I told you so.
Hold on a second. Time out.
He started training camp off the pup list.
How's that even possible? I get Purdy. Who's two?
Sam Darnold.
He went there. That's right.
Sam Darnold.
Here's the thing with the 49ers.
Sam Darnold's starting the season as their QB. I told you this.
The thing about the 49ers, in my opinion, they're not between them and the Eagles, they're the two most talented teams in the NFL. I think we could mostly agree with that, but they're not good enough, in my opinion, to make the Super Bowl. My whole thing is, bro, you're gonna draft Trey Lance that early, bro. Give him legitimately 5 games, start 2 and 3, and then make the switch. But to me, you have to see it through. Like, what do you guys think about that? I just like you have to see it through.
Thank you.
I hear what you're saying.
I
really do.
Shit.
No, I'm not because I know Madden shit. Anyways, I hear what you're saying. I agree with you. We still need to give him some more games to find out because they did mortgage their future. But one of y'all, I don't know if it was Fluent, I don't know if Bama said it once upon a time, but I know it was said on this show. Clearly, they coaches see him in practice every day. They see how he processes the plays and processes the playbook.
I see where you're going. Yeah.
They mortgage their whole future, and he's QB3. I'm sorry, bro. It didn't like real talk. They only started him because real talk. They kind of had to because Jimmy G originally was not supposed to be on the team. but they were like, they couldn't trade him. And let's be real, he was probably at that time one of the more valuable backups. So it's like, fine. In case something goes wrong, hey, here's our backup plan.
Hey, can I ask you all a question?
Because he knows
thrive
the
in the
system.
49ers, bro. Then I don't know what to tell you.
And my thing is the fact that he's not even going it. Like, I get Brock Purdy came in and he was great or good for them. Cool. Trey Lance was their guy. Like, they didn't think Brock Purdy was going to be playing over Trey Lance coming into the year. The fact that he's coming into this year, not even QB2, not even on the puck list or nothing.
Well, I'm the one who told you. I'm the one who told you the QBs are seeing what he does in practice, how he studies film, how he picks up whatever information there, like how he processes the information, and they had no faith in him, and this just shows.
Can I go?
This is a serious question.
Go ahead, crew. Because look, this would be bothering me, man. This is like, bro, like y'all had to play football, bro. Like, come on, and Trent, you be letting them get this shit. Oh, Trent ain't even up here. Trey, you way too intelligent to let these niggas get this shit off, man. Like, that's why I be saying, bro.
He think Trey Lance trash too.
Come back into the locker room with me, y'all. Everybody come back into the locker room with me. This is what we gonna do, bro. I gotta do y'all like this, bro.
Trey's biased against all the black quarterbacks, even the light-skinned ones.
We don't like doing this because OJ hit
I meant to say Bama, not you, Trey.
But nah, bro, OJ, you hit it head on, bro. All right, so we wasted the 3rd overall pick on him, bro. We know how these picks go. I understand. We drafted. I'm saying coming back in the locker room, bro. We back in the locker room. Come back.
I know. I wasn't sure if it was a 49ers fan.
We down here. We I ain't no 49ers fan.
He's a Cowboy fan.
We in the locker room. We in the locker room right now. All right, bro. The dude we spent the 3rd overall pick on, we finally got to play him. Blew his leg out. Fuck, bro. The backup come in. Now this team already good. Now anybody can come over here. Caveman can do it. Cool. He over here. He look competent. Losing the championship because we know he don't give us that full edge to get there. That's just easy to get to see that. Brock Purdy ain't gonna get you there.
Elbow.
All right, so cool.
Like he only lasted one drive in the championship game.
The dude who blew his leg out, he come back, bro. So this is what we're gonna do. It's a mental test, man. I'm trying to tell you, bro. You're not just gonna be like, hey man, go out there, you first string, bro. Hell no, bro. I want to see where your head at, bro. You've been off, you've been worried about that injury. You 3rd string, and we bought somebody else in here on you, bro, just to see where your head at. That's gonna bring the media and niggas like y'all up in here and be like, man, is Trey Lance gonna play? How you gonna fight? I guarantee you, in the beginning of the season, Trey Lance finna walk up out there at quarterback. Y'all gonna be like, damn, bro, I didn't even know he was gonna play. You a fucking fool, bro. I just spit the 3rd overall draft pick, bro. How this shit go in real football land? If I spend a top 5 pick on you, bro, you just gotta fall flat on your fucking face before.
If he walks out there, Bama, it will be in a baseball cap and a clipboard.
I just have one thing to say.
I bet you a DoorDash meal.
Josh
if he don't
Rosen.
If he don't walk out there, you got it, bro.
Josh Rosen.
You right on Josh Rosen, bro. But 49ers ain't one of them franchises that do no shit like that, bro. Like, it don't make no sense for you to give up, and he only played 2 games, bro.
Players know. Players know. Players know.
220 run a 4.4, bro. This is the same situation with Kaepernick and Alex Smith, bro. Alex Smith wasn't bad, bro, but he just did not give you what you needed to go to a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Which was
you think Trey Lance does that?
NFL players know. NFL players know what's up. NFL players know what's up. That's why they voted Justin Fields over Trevor Lawrence. Okay.
Hey, I got a question, y'all. Listen.
All right. Wait.
Trey, this for you, Trey. Listen.
You're just gonna ignore that? All right, whatever.
We're gonna go to the backup. We're gonna go to the 2 guys.
Wow.
I'm gonna ask you a question, Trey. This is an honest question. I'm not saying this. I'm asking you a question for real. Why do you think Sam Darnold keep getting an opportunity because it's still like, he's young still? Do you think they see I'm asking, do you think they still see potential in him?
No, he's a career backup.
Yeah, no.
Yes, Cruiser. Yes, he do got potential, Cruiser.
Wait. Everyone's slow
He's
down.
another Marcus Mariota.
Wait.
No, I'm asking a question.
Everybody slow down. This is the issue that I have with this entire situation. And this is also why I disagree with what Bama said. The reason why they can play this game with Trey Lance is because their front office has hit on so many other picks and other moves, that this one that you screwed up, they're more than willing to be like, you know what? Damn, we screwed this up. Oh, well, we got Brock Purdy. And worst come to worst, if Brock Purdy's not ready, we can get Sam Darnold to hold it down, because at the very least, the one issue that I've always had with Trey Lance, which is why I didn't think he was going to be successful, he played one season of FCS level football. Like, granted, it was a great year as a freshman, but he played 1 year of FCS level ball. He's playing against Central Arkansas, like Weber State, like those type of schools. He's not playing Georgia. He's not playing Kentucky. He's not playing Missouri. Like,
he ain't even playing the
how many quarterbacks? Because I feel like I see it more, and I want to make sure it's not anecdotal. How many quarterbacks who don't play a lot in college come to the NFL and are successful?
It's not many.
Not many.
The only reason Trey Lance got
Also,
drafted
too,
that high,
I want to add this though, because Trey, that's nasty work right now, though. That's
No.
Because them big schools, they choose not to schedule North Dakota State. They choose not to.
Oh,
Arizona, nah, bro, y'all. That's why.
No. Wait, G-Baby.
Arizona played North Dakota State, and they punished them niggas, bro. They got punished by North Dakota State. What are you talking about? Them big Power 5 teams, bro. You don't want that on your record, bro. I don't think y'all realize what North Dakota State really is.
G-Baby.
When they pull up to your block, boy, it's
the only reason I'll put it like this: the only reason Trey Lance got drafted 3 and Justin Fields didn't is because Kyle Shanahan, to his credit, being a great offensive mind, thought he could do the same thing Doug Peterson did for Carson Wentz. That's why. Because Carson Wentz, when he got drafted, eventually became an MVP candidate and would have won if he didn't get hurt at the end of the season. That's why Trey Lance got drafted. Because he had one season.
Would have won if he didn't get hurt and kept up the same pace. Let's not assume that.
Okay, Fluent, fair enough, but he was the front leading man.
Yes.
I think his record that year was like 13-1 or 13-2.
Yes,
whatever it was.
Agreed. Yeah,
he was gonna win.
He was the front runner. Yes,
he was the front runner, and they thought Trey Lance could do that. He had one started season where he didn't throw a pick and threw however many touchdowns he did. Great season. Shout out to you, Trey Lance. And then he didn't play the next year because of COVID, because he decided to sit out. That was the COVID year. Then he got drafted. And then all of the players, literally, or not all of them, but the players literally told the coach, yo, man, Jimmy G's our guy. This is who we want to start. I know you drafted Trey, but Jimmy G's our guy. And then Trey Lance does start, gets hurt. All right, that's unfortunate. It's not his fault he got hurt. All right, we got to see. If the coach, and mind you, before he got hurt, the coaches had seen pretty much 2 years of him already. They pretty much seen 2 years of him. Then, when they finally got to see him, he got hurt. Then the next year coming in, bro ain't even QB2. They got a guy who, let's be real, been trash his whole career and just got to the system. He in a quarterback competition with Sam Darnold. And this is the guy they drafted. Because honestly, like, let's just look at the history. You mortgage your future for a guy, even after he gets hurt. He's not QB3. When does that ever happen before?
G-Baby.
When he's QB3.
G-Baby, you want to know why he's QB3? You want to know why he's QB3?
Because he's the third best quarterback on that team.
Exactly. And the reason why he's the third best quarterback is because he had 1 year of experience. He had 1 year worth of reps. And the 1 year worth of reps, you were playing against guys who more than likely were never going to see NFL fields.
The JV squad.
Relax, not too much.
Now with only 1 minute left, I'm going to be dropping off, but I want to say, since we weren't on air yesterday, it would have been Walter Payton's birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to the GOAT of running backs.
Absolutely.
Finally, Fluent said something I agree with. Yeah,
shout out Walter Payton. Unfortunately, he's not the GOAT, but shout out Walter Payton. Happy birthday.
Justin Fields for 1,000 yards.
Hey, man. Let's get about Trey Lance. Trey Lance, not good.
Trey Lance. XFL.
Hey, he might have to.
I was waiting for you to take a sip of that water too.
Bro.
Bro,
That was wild.
I'm not gonna hold you. He might have to go ahead and pack it up, bro. But hey, wasn't AJ McCarron cooking in the XFL?
What's that? Is that the NFL version of the Shanghai Sharks?
Yeah, facts. Or the Canadian football league, whichever
AJ
one.
McCarron also said he rather fought the XFL and play than
Yeah, you know what? They should. More of them quarterbacks should come up to the CFL. More if they're not going to get a chance to start and they want to play. It worked out for Joe Theismann, Warren Moon.
It ain't even that. The
Doug
CFL
Flutie.
can only have so many people from America on their roster.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's like 20-something, 25%. They can still have. Trust me, they'll take a quarterback. They need every position. They'll take a quarterback.
I think the biggest issue with the entire thought process of taking Trey Lance in the first place, which is why it's biting them in the ass now, is he just didn't have enough reps against the type of competition that he was going to see at this level.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck. That's my dog. I work out with him. That nigga's a fucking specimen, nigga. Like, he has the fucking...
Hey,
he
that's
has
fine.
the motherfucking...
Hey, that is
and
fine.
that's what makes you
They
biased.
should have
That's what
drafted
makes you
Justin
biased.
Fields. If the 49ers had Justin Fields, bro, they already have a ring.
OJ,
They already have a
you
ring.
know this, though. That's the thing with them NFL. Like, bro.
Well, baby, the
I know
49ers
y'all
already
that
have a
work
running
out
back
with
in
them.
Deebo Samuel, so they don't need Justin Fields.
Y'all ignorant.
That's
them dudes just they
You hate on Justin
Hold
Fields,
on.
I hate on Mike
Bama. I just checked because they actually changed the rule, man. So the CFL rosters have 45 players, and up to 19 of them can be American.
Yeah, hey, Trey Lance, go ahead and get you one of them.
Not including quarterbacks. So
what kind of affirmative action BS is that? There's restrictions on the nationality.
yeah, yes, it's the Canadian Football League. Okay.
Oh, okay. If they allowed all Americans, there'd be no Canadians.
There'd be no Canadians. There'd be no Canadians there making $30,000 a year to play. So you know what?
Hey, but look, Trey Lance, go get you one of them roster spots, bro. That's okay.
Y'all tripping, bro.
Yeah, the Montreal Alouettes need a quarterback. Come on, Trey.
Alouettes. What silhouettes was taken? What kind of name
correct.
is that? That's crazy.
Never mind. You know how bad the CFL is, bro? There was once upon a time, now this team changed their name, where they had two teams with the same name. They had the Saskatchewan Rough Riders and the Ottawa Rough Riders. There's a space in between the
Flu. You in Seattle?
No, I'm not in Seattle. Why?
You not?
No.
At all? You not?
Are you in Seattle?
Tomorrow I will be.
Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not going.
Wow, that's crazy. So
It's
Chilltown Hoops is going, but not you.
Yeah, he's flying up tomorrow. So's Haley. So's everybody.
That's what I'm saying. But no Fluent. So we
Mrs.
got your son, but we ain't got you.
It's Mrs. Fluent's birthday, and that's more important than PC weekend.
You damn right that is. Until I said happy birthday.
I'll tell her. Oh, one more. Just two teams with the same name. You know what else? The Montreal. I think it was the Montreal Alouettes. Drafted a player who was dead.
Wow.
And the scout didn't lose his job.
And he didn't lose his
all
job.
that, and you guys are paying 50% in taxes. That's crazy.
And on that note,
3 at my tax.
On that note, appreciate y'all for tuning into the show. Shout out everybody.
Oh, the show is still going. Oh my gosh, bro!
Hey, what's wrong with dude today, bro?
Oh my god! We didn't do our outros and nothing, man. Hey, man, y'all like the video on your way out. We will be back here next week. Football is on the way. We are almost there. Time to watch.
Do you guys have a fantasy football team? Like,
I think we're gonna do it again.
We should do it again this year. Yeah,
I was gonna say,
you guys look like it'd be an easy league for me to win. But
I hate fantasy.
It absolutely is.
Of course, you hate fantasy football, Trey. Why wouldn't you hate
Trent's team auto drafted 7 straight quarterbacks, and then these dummies all traded with him, and he won.
Not me.
Wow.
I listen. I was telling everybody don't trade with Trent.
Me too.
Who did Bama trade for? Like Waddle, Tua?
No, he lost in the championship round. I got knocked out. I want to say early in the playoffs, but all my guys got hurt, so I got
I'm the
injury
realest,
bug.
man. I'm the realest. West Side, the realest.
Austin Eckler carried me all last year, man.
Austin Eckler is that guy.
Don't draft him this year.
OJ, I'm light work.
We'll see what.
I'm
a problem in fantasy.
All right, man. Well, we're gonna be out of here. Y'all be easy. Y'all have a great night.
Man,
Lock the video on your way out.
We'll
be back here next week, man. Same time. You already know what it is.
Sportsfluent.com. Go get some Fanatics gear.
Acknowledge the tribal chief Jey Uso.